Last time on Prime, I don't even remember what happened.
Water.
Good night, folks.
Fish.
Dobro had glowed an orange color, and there was basically a giga-huge cosmological lore drop from Baba Yaga that basically Dobro should have been killed or been completely corrupted, turned mad, and served the elder evils, particularly the hunger below. Once he had touched the heart after Vanders tricked him into it many months ago in an unstreamed session before we started streaming, obviously. And she had deduced that it was a mark, a blessing, a boon, the gift of something called the Prime Ones, the Prime. And Dobro relayed a story of when he met the Great Bear Spirit, whom he just called the Great Bear Spirit, and he had showed a great amount of courage in Yona, and it was deduced that the Bear Spirit was actually a Prime One, the Prime of Courage, perhaps, named Yona. It was then that Baba Yaga had basically deduced the ongoing plot that the heart of the hunger below that you had dealt with was stolen from the Feywilds, deep in the oceans ruled over by the Court of Coral. It had been kept under lock and key, and magical enchantments, the powers of these Prime Ones. But that power was just an echo left as the Coven of Whispers, the trio of green hags, the Coven of Green Hags, also before the stream started, had effectively turned its keepers against each other and utilized that to break in and steal the heart. And then basically setting in all of the events which the Thorn Mother, Varea Goldthorn, was now utilizing to enact her plan. It was then that the only way that they could face her in her chamber with that massive heart now fed with the countless souls from the Thorn Wilds, killed and slain by the great, the reset, the seed of rejuvenation. I forget what I call that. Rejuvenation. I keep saying that seed of rejuvenation.
Just hand wave it. It's fine.
And the only way that they wouldn't immediately be killed or turned or corrupted when they faced her would be to just get a tiny bit of the lingering power of these Prime Ones. They were then brought to the depths of the oceans in the Court of Coral, where they then went with their friend Dobro. And through the kelp forest, they all transformed into various sea creatures. And as they plunged into the depths, they saw light. It was not the light they were looking for, and a massive behemoth of a sea creature, seemingly corrupted by this lingering black bile that had been seeping up from the depths of the sea, had corrupted it and had tried to attack them. They killed it, and as it sunk into the depths, the light of its lure, like an anglerfish, illuminated an ancient stone, effectively prison for the heart. It seemed to have been built with an effigy of a crab and a toad, and as they enter, they encounter the magic of Karkinos, the prime of freedom, and Chuck, the prime of magic. And they saw the shattered chest that had once kept the heart, as well as all of the slain skeletons of the original guards, all merfolk, some sort of fey merfolk perhaps, that had all turned against each other. You received this lingering echo of power that just was a fragment compared to the power that Dobro had received from Yona, but it did seem to protect your mind, at least temporarily, as Baba Yaga had said. It was with that Dobro also was cleansed of the very slight lingering corruption that had befallen upon him from touching the heart. He was now fully cleansed with the power of courage, the power of Yona, the bear spirit. And you all made your way back to the dancing hut. And as you entered, Baba Yaga told you that the last step was to make good on your deal with the Bear King by making your way to the Summer Court, where you would have to attempt to seek an audience with Titania and the Bear King. And she said that Lumi had gone ahead to set up an envoy, and that was where you were heading. Did I miss anything else, note takers?
I'm
not a note taker, so I don't know.
You got it.
You failed to mention that I was a swordfish with an extra rapier attack.
That's true.
Yeah, Mike, you failed to mention
Swordfish, turtle. You can't see who I'm pointing at. Swordfish, turtle, whale, jellyfish. I don't. You have no idea who I'm pointing at. Just have a good memory or take notes. Goddammit. What's that?
And that we could kill 2 birds with 1 stone by going to the sun.
Yes.
Is what she.
And
what
Baba
Yaga
Yaga was very cryptic.
What 2 birds?
I don't know. Maybe like a finch and a swallow. Why would you kill those?
I don't know.
Shame on you.
You know that's not what I meant. How dare you?
What? Michael?
Wait. No.
I'm
Mitcha-el?
never going to edit that out. I'm just not going to remember that.
Mitcha-el? Go ahead.
You are standing in the dancing hut. A little bit of lingering seawater and algae on the floor. You actually see that there's a fish that's kind of flopping on the ground that made its way into the dancing hut from the oceans of the court of coral. Baba Yaga has just told you that the hut was on its way to the summer court. And as she just stares at you with those beady, nearly black eyes and those sharp iron teeth past her incredibly supernaturally long nose, she just seems very pleased with herself, as if all of the work that you've been doing, all of the machinations are going according to her plan. And there is an unsettling nature to her grim satisfaction. And she actually lets out a very slight chuckle as she turns and goes back to her cauldron, and she waves her hand and you see it begin to drain out. And then she then reaches on her shelves, pushing some of the many strange trinkets and artifacts, and reaching up to the many hanging herbs and reagents, and plucking and beginning to seemingly create some other sort of brew. Seemingly now ignoring you.
Right.
I have a very important question.
Yes.
Did I ever get Carlisle back?
Yeah, I think Carlisle's back. Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Carlisle's lifespan has just far been exceeded at this point. He has to either be dead or a butterfly at this
We're in
point.
the Feywild. Time moves differently.
That's true. That's true. Okay, you got me there.
Where is Dobro and or Orpheus?
Orpheus is still in the mansion.
In his
Okay.
Dobro is just with you, and he's like, you know, I actually feel very empowered by courage. But I'm not as hungry, so I could still go for another one of Gino's Stellar Rubens, though. I can't wait to get back.
Well, it's not much longer now. You feel totally fine?
I feel great.
Like better?
I feel like 1,000,000 Electrum pieces. Not quite gold or platinum, but you know, I'm feeling like at least 1,000,000 Electrum. You know.
Hopefully, this will ease your nightmares as well.
I got eaten by a sea monster like 20 minutes ago. I mean, you know, you don't just shake that off. You don't even sleep that off. I guess you do.
Just another notch in your belt. I mean.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I've never killed one of those things. I don't know why it had that extra. That had a lot of eyes. That was weird. That was really weird.
Try not to think about it too much.
Have you ever been to the Court of Coral?
No. I usually just stay in the Bearheim and then, you know, venture to the winter and then spring, and that's really about it. That's all there's plenty to kill and plenty to do around here. Old Honeypaws says that I can, you know, eventually be able to make it further, but there's a lot to do. As long as those rascally bears keep heisting my honey, I'm not going to be able to make it very far. This is a bit of a treat, given I'm shirking a lot of responsibilities.
I'm sure they'll be fine. And you won't be gone long now. Do you know anything about the Summer Court? Do you know anything about Queen Titania?
Well, I mean, I just heard that she's, like, pretty attractive. I've heard that you don't want to piss her off. I've known a lot of dwarves, Rodak. Probably even more dwarves than you've known. And I've heard that the queen of the summer court. I don't know that the queen of the summer court keeps grudges longer and more furious than they do, which is you don't want to piss her off. But I know there's a lot of attractive fae in the summer court too. If you know what I mean.
And I'll look at the Empress. I just kind of narrow my eyes.
Speaking of which, before you continue, the question I have is the Bear King's favor really just something as simple as reinforcements for a honey cave? Or is he actually looking for something?
He's all
else?
twisted up about something. If he needs something to be done, or a grand quest, or something to be killed, yeah, I do it. But he's really nervous about some kind of crazy war or something underground. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to much about what he says.
You were saying?
My point is that just remember, if we happen to gain audience, I want everyone to remember what we're dealing with.
What do you mean exactly? Just so I can make sure that I don't mess it up?
Well, like he said, Titania holds grudges longer than dwarves. It's a very, very long time. So, no matter how attractive some of these fey creatures might be, just don't act on base urges.
Well,
I don't know what you mean.
Be
Why
respectful.
does that being attractive have anything to do with anything at all?
of all of the connections that I plan to form, grudges are none of them.
I don't know, Rodak. I live in Bearheim, and base urges, bear, wild animal, hello. It's kind of my whole thing.
Yeah, and they probably want you to be like, hey, Thing, you're real pretty and stuff. They like that, right? Everybody likes that.
Yeah, just a simple compliment. We'll see.
Don't get gross, but you could say you're awesome. I like you.
It's not every day that you get to visit the Court of Summer.
But you still be gross.
Alright,
Yeah, you know what? There's never been a time that I've been overly gross. Thank you, Snuggie!
Thank you so much.
Snuggie. Much appreciated. Welcome back, Snuggie.
Some
It's good to
20
see you.
months. Wow.
20 months. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, folks.
Insane.
Lurking and needed to resub right now, cause bear.
Yes.
Yes.
Love that.
It's a bear, yes.
I love that.
He's got a great big bushy beard. Gives great bear hugs.
That's true. That's true.
Speaking of that, do you think that she'd like a nice big bear hug? Do you think I should offer that if we meet the Summer Queen?
Yeah, you could totally ask, but who knows?
As long as you ask first. I mean,
There's no harm in asking. She might
Yeah.
like that. Maybe she's having a hard day.
Speaking of hugs, Baba Yaga probably wants a hug. She's been alone in this place for a long time, and she's hoping to cure all of your nightmares, and she strung you up and tied you down.
Sylvia, I'm kind of stupid, but I'm not that stupid.
No, I think that Sylvie's right. I think that you should thank Baba Yaga.
Yeah,
and
but
get
if
very
you
close.
went to her and you said, "Excuse me, Baba Yaga, can I give you a hug?" She turned around and go, "Yeah, all right, sure."
I mean, it's the kind thing to do.
Make a deception check and a persuasion check. You're going to be rolling against the
Deception is 29.
Right.
Okay.
And then persuasion is 21.
That's pretty good. And Dobro is pretty stupid.
Well, I mean...
And it'll be really cool to be able to tell all of your friends you've hugged Baba Yaga.
I am visibly
Who
stifling
else can
laughter.
do that?
Like trying to stifle laughter.
I mean, do less, say less. I guess. Well, I guess that it'll be quite a feat. I mean, who has hugged Baba Yaga? I bet old man Joe would be very impressed with that tale.
I don't know who that
I bet
is,
old Honey
but
Balls
yeah.
would be very impressed, although he doesn't really like her very much. Maybe I'd keep it.
But you could say I hugged her.
Well, I know Pat at least will give me a good pat on the back.
Maybe you could get a
Okay,
percentage
hold
off
on.
your hoagies.
Okay, I'm just gonna turn around And he turns. This is happening.
I put my face in my palm.
I'm like biting my glove.
He turns and he looks, and you can see as she's stirring, and she reaches up and she actually pulls a jar off the shelf, and you see there's this horrible looking toad with a bunch of human eyeballs in it, and she uncorks it, and she pulls it out and squeezes it and pops off one eyeball, pops off another eyeball, pops off another eyeball, poof, 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 and then and she throws it back in, and
I don't like that at all.
then she reaches out and grabs the cage with the pixie with the chicken bone wings, and she reaches in and rips off one of the wings and lets out a scream.
Oh my God.
And throws it in, and she places it back. And then Roaches is like stopping there. He looks completely ghost-like. Grandma, I think that's what we're all good friends at this point. So, I mean, I've heard Sylvie call you that, and he shuffles over. She completely is ignoring him as she goes about her work.
She's got to be like barely past his kneecaps. Like,
She's like very dense. Like, well, I'm told, she's kind of like, your emissary or something. So I'm sure she speaks for her. I think that you would like a hug. I mean, that's kind of what I've heard. Like, let me just get a good old bear hug. I mean, everyone likes a good bear hug. And he like leans down, and she just is completely ignoring him. And he goes in and gives her a squeeze. And as soon as he gives her a squeeze, in an instant, you see her gnarled, bony finger raise up and just touch him on the forehead. And immediately he goes white. His eyes are wide with terror. They go completely from pure white to pure and he immediately falls backward, completely, his body completely stiff, and his eyes frozen. Oh no. Frozen in abject horror as he falls back, his arms and legs in the air like an insect, a dead insect on the ground, and there's drool coming from his mouth, getting into his beard and his messy hair.
Oh no!
And she just immediately goes back.
No! I'll lean down and try to shake him.
Oh no, Sylvie, we killed him this time. We finally did it.
Well, we didn't. But he didn't ask.
What did you do that
He
for?
didn't wait for her to say it was okay to hug her. He just went in and did it.
Oh my God.
Are you proud of yourself? Do you remember what happened last time you did this?
Why are you yelling at him? He didn't say anything to Dobro. It was me.
No, it was his idea. I know it was his idea.
Dobro's idea. He wanted to hug a face.
Why did you
To be fair, the last time that we convinced him to do this, he discovered he had some otherworldly power. For all we know, Baba Yaga was going to be grateful.
And if he didn't have that power, he would have died. He might be dead now.
He's drooling, so he's calling.
Is he reacting when I'm shaking him?
Make a medicine check. She completely is ignoring you, and she reaches up, and you see the series of nesting dolls, and her fingers are kind of fluttering back and forth, and she goes towards one of the middle ones, and she opens up, and this really disgusting looking powder seems to be inside, and she drops a few dashes of it, and then closes it back up and drops it on the shelf.
9.
He's out cold. He ain't dead. He's not dead. It's basically like in an anime when someone bonks the protagonist on the head, like Baka, and Baka, and bonks him, and he's and there's a little ghost that leaves them, and he's on that's basically what happened.
Oh, you just painted a picture.
But 10 times more horrifying.
Okay.
It's that combined with the woman and the girl in the closet from The Ring.
Oh.
So it's basically a combination of that.
That's horrendous.
Yeah, so that's the picture that I'm painting it.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I don't think we should be worried about it. I'm sure it'll be fine. He's the champion of the Bear King and all.
Oh, thank God, he's alive. He'll be all right.
I mean, are we okay with just zapping people in our group, and now they're dead on the floor?
Well, for one, he's not dead, and two, I told him to go ask her if she would like a hug. He went and said, I think you would like one and just did it, so...
We all learned a very valuable lesson today.
Yep.
Is what Sylvie's trying to say.
Yeah, do you want to see something really cool?
Sure.
I lift up my skirt and show you my chicken legs, and I start dancing.
Oh, sweet God. Oh, that's gonna take some time to get used to. That's those are some nice
I'm not
moves,
done.
Sylvie.
Keep looking.
Oh, okay.
A nice little jig.
I like that.
You want to see something even cooler?
Sure.
I'm faster than I was.
And I'm gonna run around you like 4 times. And I'm clearly faster than I
Wow,
once was.
you weren't kidding.
Wow,
That's all.
you're pretty fast.
Do you want to lick them? See if they're as
No.
salty as the other leg?
I don't.
You want to know why I want to find out?
No.
I'm not nimble enough to lick them myself, but these chicken legs is lived in.
Like before you had them?
No. No. I mean that the other chicken legs was dead at the time.
That bitch gave me
'Cause
second-hand chicken leg.
it was off the chicken, and these ones is on the Sylvie.
I read you loud and clear. I'm following.
So I want to know if that makes them saltier.
Well, I'm sure you'll find someone that will help you out.
Do you think my chicken legs can sweat?
No.
I don't know.
How come?
I don't think chickens sweat.
Why?
Well, I don't know. I just think that.
Don't you think they get really warm under all their feathers? If I were covered in feathers, I'd be really warm.
I would too. Do chickens sweat? Is my life a lie?
I'm not really one to be a farmer. I don't know. I've never spent time
I'm
on a
asking
farm.
you specifically.
I don't know.
So what are we gonna do from now until the time Dobro wakes up and Baba Yaga stops tearing things off of small creatures and we finally get to the Feywild?
Well, I was just kind of hoping we'd, I don't know, pass the time and eventually be in the Court of Summer.
At that point, you notice that there is a stone paddle deep in the oven that had once cooked those rye buns that you had all enjoyed. Or ate, maybe not enjoyed. And
Did we enjoy them?
you see that there's things that are baking. And Baba Yaga shambles on over as the cauldron now is bubbling with this it flashes with gold for a second, then this emerald color, and then back to this sickly greenish grayish mixture. And she seems to be very pleased with herself, as if she's done. And she walks back over to the oven and she pulls out what look like gingerbread cookies, but large, similar to the ones that Sylvie's
For
had,
me.
but considerably larger than the ones that she's been giving to you.
Definitely for me.
And they seem to be far more decorated, straight out of the oven.
Oh my god, totally for
And
me.
she, as she pulls it out, she slaps it down on the table next to the oven, and she inhales, and a howling gale whips through the hut, blowing the reagents and the broomsticks, and you hear a shrieking scream as the wind howls around you. As the sizzling, or the steam from the cookies immediately is snuffed out and they cool. She reaches out to the biggest one, and with her gnarled, elderly hand, she grabs the one that's very clearly Dobro's, and she walks over to him, and she says, "You should have asked first," and shoves it into his mouth, and like a dog you're force feeding medicine, she chomps it down and rubs his neck, and he sort Am I alive?
No,
I wish I wasn't. I mean, yes, am I dead? Oh, thank goodness. Whoa.
this is the realm of the dead, where everybody is Sylvie.
No, you're alive. You're fine. You can get up now.
You are just so rude.
And Dobro finally sits
Couldn't you
up.
tell I was lying to him?
He rubs his head and he stands back up and says, I would like to. I think defending a den from bears, I think, is kind of more my speed. You know, I'm kind of a big deal. I mean, I'm not saying that I've been humbled by this very brief experience, but
So you're
it's kind of trending in that direction.
a barbarian defending a bear den from bears?
There's a lot of layers of bears. I mean, it's Bearheim. They're not very creative. What goes on? You gotta take like 3 guesses about what happens in Bearheim, and all 3 will be correct. He stands back up wearily. He's like, man, I feel like maybe probably 10 million electrum pieces. Maybe even a million gold pieces. I don't even know the conversion rate of that.
You were force-feeded a cookie of you. Baba Yaga, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Hey, are we there yet? Baba Yaga, are we there yet?
As she turns back to you, as she won't stop talking, and she turns and goes, and he immediately turns and just walks away and just stares into the corner. Almost as if compelled to stare into the corner when there is no corner in this circular hut. Just a little bit of unoccupied wall. Right next to the cuckoo clock, and he immediately, as the cuckoo clock jumps out, she's, my baby, oh, where's my baby? And Dobro is like, okay.
He's gonna unravel and die. Right here in the hut, he's gonna have a heart attack.
Just a little bit more time.
You did this.
Cookie hut.
Just a little. Sylvia's right. He should have asked first.
I think it was his idea.
It was Dobro's idea. He was talking about hugging food.
It was his idea.
No.
And she reaches out and grabs all of the cookies and places them in her hand.
Can I eat one of those cookies?
And
Are we there yet?
she hands the cookie to you. And you see now that it is very clearly you, complete with chicken legs, and the blue rose witch's turn, the elder cross, the laurel around your neck, but it also your head, not neck. However, it's also extra. It's decorated and shimmering in this glowing magnificence of the shimmering blue light, of the color of the blue rose that seems to culminate in what looks like the waxing crescent moon that seems to form very faintly all over the entire cookie. And she hands it to you.
Wow.
You shall only eat this in an emergency.
So not now.
If you wish to, it is your choice, but it will be a waste.
Now for a question. Can I eat this as a full action or bonus action, if such things were to exist in this world?
I'd say holding it, you gain the sense. I will just say you're immediately attuned to it as soon as you grab onto it. It is a magical item. Yes. And it is basically, it's called Grandmother's Gift.
Just for me?
And that is what it's called. And it is a cookie that cannot be broken or crumbled or destroyed by normal means. But it can be eaten only by the person it is in the shape of.
Oh.
When it is consumed, it takes a bonus action to consume, or a full action for someone to feed it to you. When done so, it is either a full restoration, a revivify, or a raise dead.
Holy shit.
On the person that it is fed to.
So I probably shouldn't eat it right now.
It is your choice, my child.
Can I have one more just in case I accidentally eat it? No, that's okay. Unless
she turns and not without giving you a strange pat on the head, as she turns and says, "It will be the most delicious cookie. I hope you never have to eat."
I have no doubt of it.
And she turns away and then hands you, Vandress, a cookie, and it's tall and thin, even complete with a rapier. But you see now that although it has your same traits, there's that color of the void and the darkness all over you.
This is the most handsome cookie I've ever laid eyes on. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, my dark midnight. And she turns to you, Rodak, and it's similar. And it seems to have this blazing, shimmering fire aesthetic over it. For you, my red son.
me look over your shoulder and be like, look at that grumpy little cookie.
And it's short and stout. It's like at least 4 times as wide as
Be
the
your
next
new
cookie.
pet name for Richie.
Grumpy little cookie.
There's my grumpy little cookie.
And then to you, and as she hands it to you, it's similar of that brilliant white light of morning.
It's beautiful.
And for you, my bright one.
Does it smell good?
It smells absolutely delicious. It is sweet with that hint of savory and saltiness of the perfect cookie, like the perfect. It also smells spicy, not quite a gingerbread, but some sort of like delicious spice sugar cookie.
Like a molasses.
That with a bit of frosting and all of that, somehow all assembled in the oven with the horrific magics.
I will not
Baba
accept
Yaga.
this session as canon unless next session you show up with actual cookies for us.
If I was capable of baking, I would.
Oh.
I'll ask Abby to bake those cookies.
I'm gonna.
And Dobro has already blown his cookie. And
Oh, yikes. Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
What is the difference between Revivify and Raise Dead?
Revivify requires it's 30 seconds after someone has
5
been
minutes.
5 minutes, right? Okay, I thought it was 30 seconds. But
No,
maybe it's 5
I
minutes.
think it's much
Or 1 minute.
less than that. I
I
think
don't
it's 1
know.
minute.
I think it's
Oh,
1
okay.
minute.
So it's
yeah.
it's the length of time.
And the
you
length
do
of
that.
time, basically, and then it's one action. Raise Dead, I think, is 10 minutes, and then it's you raise them, and it's similar to where if you're losing a body part, it doesn't grow it back. If you're basically
Both do not grow
both.
back.
Yes,
1 minute.
1 minute and 10 days to raise that.
10 days. Okay,
So you
pretty
could
good.
carry Vanish's broken corpse around for 10 days.
and then feed him the cookie,
and then feed him the cookie.
Yeah.
And we would.
I figured.
And can I use ceremony on Vander's dead broken corpse and increase that time or no?
That's
Yes, you can.
I don't know if ceremony can do
Or
it.
maybe not ceremony.
But there is a spell
Oh.
for it because Iris is
Yes,
done it.
no,
Yeah.
ceremony.
Gentle
It can't
repose.
be turned into undead. He can't be turned into undead as ceremony.
Yeah.
Last rites, I believe.
I remember Gentle Repose from
Or funeral.
Yep.
And with that, as soon as she shuffles away, you suddenly feel a lurch in the hut, and the door flings open,
Oh, are we there yet?
and your question is answered by what you see immediately.
You know how I know she likes me? She doesn't yell at me for asking all of my questions like you do. Oh,
You
look!
look outside, and you see an absolutely magnificent forest. If the Thornwilds was the largest and most impressive forest that you've ever seen in your lives, this forest absolutely dwarfs that. The trees are not dark and earthy, they're brilliant, the most brilliant greens, almost as if they're emerald leaves. Bits of gold here and there, although it's very clearly summer. You see a sun hanging at noon, shining down brilliantly, but not oppressively. It blazes between red and gold and warm yellows and oranges as you just see this forest sprawling out and not that dense, dark canopy of the thicket of the Thornwilds, but everything is brightly illuminated and shimmering and shining. As you hear the life of chirping, singing birds, but not just singing as just a bird call, but actually musical notes hang and dance through the air. You see the fluttering of motes of light around, and you're not sure if they're insects or are they small pixies or other fey creatures. As you see, as this is very clearly the forest of the Summer Court. And Baba Yaga turns to you and says, "This is as far as I can take you. Any closer would be an insult to the Summer Queen and would raise her higher. And we want the negotiations to be putting our best foot forward, my children."
If anyone asks, should we say that we are there on your behalf?
They already know that you are allied with me.
All right.
Just do not dwell on that fact.
Understood.
I will do my best, but it's kind of my new thing.
Yeah, you do like to talk about her a lot.
I know. I feel really excited that I know you.
Be careful.
Okay.
The wrong move will land you in a prison or far worse.
Oh no. I can tell you right now, we will land in a prison
No, we're not.
or far worse.
No.
I'm with Rodek on this one. I
Definitely not.
really don't want to go back to prison.
If we go to prison,
Back to prison?
Avantris is done. So we just need to make sure we don't go to prison.
You know what I mean, though. So.
Do we not mention Varea? What level is she
That is
informed?
what you should mention.
Yeah, we're trying
This,
to get her on
you
our
must
side.
bargain, and whatever they ask, you can sweeten the deal. Whatever you can get from that Queen of Summer.
Do you like her? Is she your friend? No. Or you could have brought us
She
closer. I get
is-
it.
An asset,
An acid?
but a powerful one. Do not blow this opportunity.
You're not going to do anything bad to her, right?
I will not do anything unjust, my child.
That's
Okay,
not
that's fair
exactly
enough.
what I said.
Yep, I like
But
that.
it should calm your fears out the same, my bright morning. Now,
Okay.
you must make your travels through the Emerald Forest. Find your way to the glade where the envoy should be meeting, as I had given explicit instructions to the pixie. I hope she did not lead us all astray or fail me yet again.
Okay, perfect. Yep, you got it. Dote on the fact that I know you a lot, get in trouble, go to jail, meet up with a pixie. Yep, okay.
And we'll know where to find the pixie. Will we?
Make your travels, and if it is truly your aim, and you're truly welcome in these emerald forests, you will find your way. Good luck, my children.
We'll do it for you.
That was cryptic. All right.
And you see as you turn, are you all leaving, I guess is what I should ask first.
Yeah, I mean, if we're here,
Are we ready?
I've never been more ready.
Dobro?
Dobro, are you coming?
Dobro, are you coming?
I'm going to be a good little boy.
Dobro, it's all right.
Would anyone like a bear hug?
Yep, me.
I'm gonna walk over and grab his hand and just kind of close his eyes and guide him to the door.
Huh.
Hey, Dobro, can I
got you,
tell
big guy.
you something?
Yes.
I had an idea for that guy that makes you sandwiches.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you could give him an idea from me of a new sandwich to add to his list.
A new sandwich.
Yeah, the pesky pixie pastrami.
I feel like with it, maybe that can wait until we finish our very important quest from...
Well, I was concerned that you might not remember if I told you later.
Oh. Should I? Okay, I'll take a note. And he reaches out and grabs like a piece of like dirty parchment and like some dirt, like a dirty writing utensil.
Oh, you want me to write it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna write it.
Do you have a crayon I can
And you
use?
just said pastrami. I don't know. I don't know how to spell that shit.
Now, Dobro, I understand what you went through was a little traumatizing, but there's no need to be grumpy.
What do I look like? Just a liberal arts major? Are you kidding me? I'm foolish, but not that foolish.
I have a confession. That is exactly why I ran away from sickness. I wanted to be a liberal arts major. My parents shunned me. They wanted me to go into the magical STEM field.
I am a liberal arts major, so I'm allowed to make
As
that
am I.
joke.
As am I.
I'm allowed to make
We're
that
both
joke.
English majors.
Yeah, I'm an English major, so I'm able to neg myself. So you write it down.
Yeah.
And he takes it. And what's on it?
Oh, I don't know how to spell pastrami either.
Oh.
So.
Well, I guess we'll have to do like the ancient bards of yore and pass it down through song. So. Vander, start working on a ditty.
Oh, pastrami, pastrami, pastrami. Make you a cheese and bread. How's that? Good start?
That's a little repetitive.
I don't know what else goes on a pastrami.
You said pastrami 3 times.
Well, I was because I was thinking of the next lyrics.
That's very uncreative. You're obviously new to this, Vander.
Damn it.
Well, shall we go into the Emerald Forest?
Is it spelled pastrami or pastrami? Let's go into the forest.
Is there Y at the end?
out.
Okay, let's go. And he stumbles out as well. And as you turn to go away, you see that Baba Yaga is going to her shelf, and you see her hand is reaching towards that spool, that very ancient-looking spool of shining, shimmering silver thread. And you all leave, and the door slams behind you. And as the door slams, once again, the wind whips through, and you hear the screaming all around you as the lurch of the hut, as the chicken legs appear from beneath the wooden structure and heaves the hut up, and it groans and creaks and as it stomps away through the forest and then disappears. And now you are basking in the shimmering light of the Emerald Forest. You are basking in the perfect summer light and temperature. It is warm, but not too hot. It's 85 and sunny. It's not too hot though. There's a nice breeze, and
70 outside.
It's in the 70s.
No, with the breeze though.
With a nice
75 inside.
75 with a light breeze.
It's in the
With a light
70s with a
breeze.
nice breeze.
Okay, got it.
And
Maybe
it's
72.
beautifully sunny.
72.
You see the pixies and motes of strange, of beautiful butterflies.
Celsius, so we're all dead.
75 degrees Celsius.
So we're all dead. We step outside and instantly incinerate. The tiefling's like, well, I'm fine, yeah. There's no big deal. Why are you dying?
Man.
Just play the TPK
Sorry,
song,
Mike.
Mike. Just play it.
I could play it.
I can play it on my tin whistle.
Well, I think
That's not my
that's
TPK
your
song.
TPK song.
Well, yeah.
I have a TPK song. You see, you look up and you see a massive butterfly that's actually bigger than any of you, flying, and it, despite its huge size, it's incredibly graceful as it flitters and lands on a flower that seems to be of the size and shape of something not unlike you saw in the Thorn Mother's garden. As it lands, and you see that there's these ridges in the hills, not just a flat forest, but everywhere is verdant greenery with that shimmering gold all around. It is absolutely picturesque.
Are there any like streams or anything or brooks?
Yeah, you actually hear a babbling brook not too far away, and you look over and you see it's pretty far, and you see that although these trees are very far apart, some of the moss growing on all sides in some instances.
It's actually babbling. As you listen, you hear as it's talking to itself.
Oh, wow.
That's exactly right. And you hear voices from the babbling brook as it makes its way through the forest, around a ridge, and disappears.
You know, I have to say, Sylvia, as unsettling as a lot of her behavior is, you're very lucky to have someone like that refer to you as their grandchild.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, which makes me feel really guilty.
Why?
Because I keep wanting to correct her.
About what?
She doesn't know any of your names.
Oh, why do you say that?
She keeps calling you something Midnight, Red Sun, and she has no idea that that's not your name. I don't know who those people are.
Well, I think that's a great point. I was going to say that I'm proud to represent such an interesting person. It's almost as if we're champions of Baba Yaga, like you're champion of the Bear King. Only our person we champion for is actually way cooler.
I gotta say, I mean, it is a pretty sweet deal to be a champion of an archfey for sure. But I also gotta say, I would rather be dead than be the champion of her. Don't tell her that. But I would rather be dead in the dirt, 6 feet.
There's a very good chance she heard you say that.
I would probably rather be like in the 9 Hells, being burned alive by horrible devils and getting poked in the chest with a pitchfork.
She's so nice. How can you say something like that? She's done nothing but look out for us.
Yeah, she
Well,
gave
except
me
for
a
when she
cookie.
she almost killed him right before giving the cookie.
He snuck up on her. Yeah.
You know, I've been blessed by courage, so when true fear, that doesn't meld with me. It's kind of like against my whole identity, just like not succumbing to my primal base urges. Bear, hello.
Hey,
Hello.
All I'm saying is that I'm very grateful for Baba Yaga, and I just think that she's, really helped us out, and I hope that I try to be very polite, and I hope that she knows how grateful I am.
So what you're trying to say is you think that she's a cool dude?
Absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
and Sylvia, I think those are titles. She doesn't
What
think
is-
my name is
That's right.
her red son.
What are you talking about?
She calls me my red son.
Well, because she
Those
thinks
are-
your name is My Red Sun.
No, I think that's a title. She
My
knows-
Red Sun isn't a title.
No.
What kind of
Red
title
Sun?
is My Red?
And my is like a possessive word.
What?
It's like,
It's like
it means of her. So it would
My
be...
Red, My Dark.
when
I don't
you're
know what
like
she calls you.
when it's like
Bright
my
morning.
Carlisle. When you talk to Carlisle, he's your Carlisle.
You mean that's Carlisle?
Yeah.
Do-
like
He's
yours.
wiggling slower. It's making me concerned.
Well, it's probably awfully moist in there, and I'm sure that's not normally his habitat, but I'm not going to ask
He's
him any questions.
picked my teeth clean too, so I think he might be hungry.
Oh.
Is he pooping in your mouth?
Well, that really just depends on where the mouth starts or stops. God damn it, go.
Well, I am officially disturbed. We haven't even stepped foot into the forest yet. Who knows what horrors await us?
I think I'm just going to start walking back.
I'm right behind you, Rodek.
Well, we should, before I start walking into the Feywild, we should talk about something.
We're already in the Feywild.
I know, but we're standing in just a spot where we haven't moved.
All right.
So, if anything comes up to you, and I don't really know this to be true, it's just what I believe to be true, so take that for what you will. If anything comes up to you and asks you to do something for it, don't agree. If anything tries to make a deal with you, don't agree. If anything tries to send you on a quest or something, don't agree.
We've agreed to like 8 quests in the last 2 days, it feels like.
But we were inside of Baba Yaga's hut. We weren't standing out here with giant butterflies, babbling brooks and stuff.
When that's for Archfey, I mean, the Bear King and Baba Yaga is different from the
What's
random...
it like? How do we know if something's a quest versus just
So
like
the
if someone's like,
thing is-
hey, hand me that cup?
You know
Is that a
how
quest?
I've made fake pacts with you before, and I tell you that they will have to come true? Here, that's how it works. So if you do something, and you agree to do something like, yeah, I'll fight you in a duel, and if I lose, my feet are gonna come out of my neck. Ha ha ha, that's not gonna happen. It will.
Do I have to shake on it?
No, you just have to agree.
Noted, I suppose.
Words mean a lot here, so be careful what you say.
All right, don't
Which
agree
is
to
why
anything. That's
I'm
fine. It's
definitely
easy.
going to jail and getting in trouble.
What if someone needs help? I mean, we're just not allowed to help?
No, we're not going to help anyone. We have a mission.
We're heroes. We're champions.
We need to have priorities, Vandras.
All right.
We need to keep a sharp focus on what our goal is here. We're going to
You
ask
be
for help.
careful, because here a focus could actually be sharp and make you bleed.
Oh gosh.
All right.
Join me on a lovely stroll through the woods.
And I'm
well,
gonna
no,
start walking.
we should probably dance first.
What?
For what?
Yeah, just in case there are any Fae watching us right now who are displeased with us being here, we
right.
provide to you a dance of joy and, welcome.
Wait, hold on.
And I go to the bag of holding and I pull out the crystal coconut.
Oh! All right, now let's dance.
Okay.
I
and
do
I pull
like
up
a
my
jig.
skirt and I start dancing.
I do
with my chicken
the
legs.
jig you showed me before with your chicken legs. I'm doing like an Irish river
I
dance.
start teaching you guys the actual chicken dance.
I do the dwarf dance from World of Warcraft.
I just kind of awkwardly step back and forth and snap because I don't know how to dance.
Would you like, Annulin, would you like to dance awkwardly like at the middle school prom?
Yeah.
He grabs it and then he's like... Yeah, I hope you're really enjoying this, Fey Creatures. They love this kind of stuff.
Now, watch your hands.
Hey, hands where I can see them.
They're like firmly on my
They're firmly on your upper back, like shoulders. Like,
He's upper ending.
you got some nice shoulders, Annulin. I gotta say, I can tell you can really pull a bowstring if you know what I mean.
Oh, thank you. This is so nice, you know. My village burned down before we got to have that, you know, adolescent coming of age dance.
Yes, I remember my first awkward prom dance. I'm sorry you missed out on the experience. I mean, it'd make you feel bad, but it's just really, I would hate to miss out on
I'm gonna
that.
put my face onto his like hairy
It would make
bare
me
chest
feel-
and just kind of sweat.
hairy bear chest
It would,
swing.
it would make me feel really bad if I missed such a great childhood experience.
Oof. What do we get?
Yeah.
Okay, this large crystalline sculpture of the shape of a coconut hums with ancient power. Once per day, up to 5 creatures may dance around it and in reverence for 1 minute. So we did. Upon completion, each creature gains the ability to spend a bonus action to heal 3d8 plus 5, plus an additional 1d8 for each creature that joined. So that's a lot.
5. 4 extra, right?
Well, 3 plus 1 for each creature.
Yeah, 5.
So 5 plus 3
Each other
is
creature?
8d8
Each creature that takes
3d8
So
plus
8d8.
5 plus.
plus an
five.
extra 3d8.
Plus 5, 3d8.
So it's just 8d8.
8d8 plus 5.
yes.
There we go.
Oh,
88 plus
plus
5. Yes.
flat 5.
88 plus
It
5.
lasts until we complete a long rest.
So that's also a good question because I'm missing a lot of health.
And it
we haven't
happens
healed.
every
You have
time
not-
we use a
right,
bonus
not
action?
healed.
We have not healed. Okay.
And
So we can just keep using bonus actions over and over and over
I guess
again?
I didn't get.
I assume
use it
it's
once.
once.
Oh, okay.
you can use
Oh
it
no,
once.
I did. I'm missing something.
I need everyone to do a group performance check for me.
Oh no. Oh, okay. I'm okay with that.
Oh, performance?
26.
26.
Surprisingly 17.
9.
The lowest I can get is a 24, which is what I got.
The lowest you can get is 20.
Yeah, because it automatically goes up to a 10 since I'm proficient, and then I get plus 14.
Okay. Wait. Start one more time.
26.
26.
17.
17. Okay. Fanders.
24.
24. And
9.
9. I got to roll for Dobro. Stop stepping on my toes, Anna. You're making me look bad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm swaying side to side to side slightly, a lot better than you are. And as you finish that dance, you hear and a little small applause as you look all around, and you had seen that there had been toadstools all around you, and then you see now as there are small little faces and small little humanoid bodies, and they have these bulbous noses and these wide, adorable-looking eyes. Some have beards, and they're all clapping excitedly for you. And then they all turn around and disappear.
Like as soon as we notice.
And as soon as you all turn and see them applauding, they'll thump back into the woods. And
that was
What was that?
I don't know.
Do you know what this was? Hello?
Were they gnomes? No, I'm a gnome.
Hello?
Fake creatures of some kind.
Well, that was pretty neat.
I'm a no.
There are going to be a lot of those.
And also, as you finish it, the crystal coconut also lets out this shining, shimmering light and bathes and washes over all of you, and you feel this ancient primal magic that feels incredibly life-giving, and with this power of magic. And I'll say, Annulin and Sylvie, the kind of magic that washes over you, see there's a bit of purple mixed in, and also it kind of reminds you of that same sort of magic, that power that you'd gotten from the Blessing of Chop. as you get the sense of probably one of the ancient origin of this coconut.
What?
As it blasts you, as it then shrinks back down and gives you incredible healing properties. And it's with that, when all the little mushroom creatures thunk back down into the earth, you see, as in the direction of that babbling brook, you see a bit of movement. And because you did that dance, I won't even make you roll a perception check, as you see a flash of red. As you see then a shape emerge from a little ridge over the hill, and you see what looks like an incredibly fluffy fox. And it looks at you with these large, wide eyes, and its ears are perked up, and its tail swishes back and forth. And it's a good distance away, though.
I'm waving.
Hi! Hello!
I've never seen anything like these creatures before. I mean, this is an unbelievable experience.
It's beautiful.
Well, that's just a fox.
Yeah, but I mean, look how fluffy it is. You can't tell me you've ever seen a fox.
And if you actually look, it's incredibly fluffy. The shade of red is supernaturally
red. It's the most vibrant thing I've ever seen.
And it almost
I should
shimmers.
show you foxes from the north.
Oh, please.
I would love that.
Quite a bit fluffier.
No,
let me
there's
tell you.
no way. I don't believe that for a second.
Give
Look at
her
that
a
thing.
chance.
Imagine
Look
a
at
fox white in color and like 10 times
And-
fluffier.
That's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's red.
Look at it.
And you see also mixed in with the reds on his fur, there's bits of, then it kind of shifts to orange.
Whoa!
And then a yellow. As it shifts back, and as you look at it, its fur, you look up toward that sun in the afternoon, and it almost seems to be matching the colors and shades
It's
of the
a
sun.
sun fox.
My God,
Look
it's part
at
rainbow.
it. It's a sun fox.
Where in the nine hells are we?
The Feywild.
Ah.
That's not in the Nine Hells at all.
Sorry, expression. I'll watch my tongue.
Be careful, or you might actually have to.
All right, where do we go?
I want to keep my eye on it.
It looks at you and it tilts its head.
Excuse me, hi, Fox.
It like tilts its head and looks at you and tilts its head.
I can't speak to foxes anymore.
I can. We're looking. What are we looking for? We're looking for Lumi, right? Have you?
She said we would know where to go.
But we don't.
We don't know where to go.
Do we follow that
Should
thing?
we follow you, Fox? Sun Fox?
Foxy, should we follow you?
Try talking to it in Sylvan.
Okay, I
Beasts
will.
can understand my speech.
Okay, well, it also
But
might
it
just
might
be
be a
Sylvan.
fae. Excuse me, Fox. I'm speaking into you, in whatever.
Technically, you do.
In
because it's
Sylvan.
into your ears.
Hi. Should we follow you?
Can you understand us?
Ah, I always forget you can do that. It's so weird.
It just tilts its head.
I always forget you can speak Sylvan. Oh,
It tilts its head and then it narrows its eyes a little bit, and it paws a little bit forward, and kind of like it gets down and shakes its shoulders back and forth, and it seems to try to survey you and suss you out a little bit.
I slowly lift up my skirt and show up my chicken legs. I do a little bit of a dance.
suss me out, Fox. Go ahead. Suss me.
We're just looking for the right way to go, and we think maybe if we follow you, we'll find it.
We're trying to meet up with an envoy. That, there's a pixie. Or something.
Don't panic, Rodick. We're just working out the minor details. We'll
You know
fill
what
you
would
in as
be
soon as we
really
figure out what's
funny?
going on.
I presume.
You know what'd be really funny, though? If this fox has nothing to do with what we're trying to do.
That's certainly possible.
At that moment, it sits down and it gets back up, and its eyes widen, and then it goes, and then its fur shines like the sun as the sun above you blazes and rays and washes over you as well. And suddenly you feel the incredible magic and the life that's all around you. You feel it to a heightened extent as you feel that you're not just in the Emerald Forest, the Forest of the Summer Court. You are the Force of the Summer Courts. It's all around you as you begin to change. I need everyone,
Yes, we do.
to roll a d6. Reroll if you get a 6 or something that's been taken.
2.
Okay, reroll. Okay, 2.
Yeah.
I got a 1.
Okay,
I can't wait.
6.
Oh, reroll,
Reroll if you
reroll.
get a 6.
4.
Is 5 taken?
Nope.
Nope.
5.
So you're left with 4.
That's what he
Oh,
rolled.
wow. That's perfect. Because Dobro rolled a 3.
Oh. There you
So
I'm 4.
as you begin to turn, as your bodies begin to shift, and it's almost like you hear the soft breeze of a meadow on a summer's day, the crackling of oak and bark, the blazing of a sun, the babbling of a brook, the chirping of summer birds, as you hear all of this beautiful sounds of summer, as the fox watches your transformation and then turns away and scampers down away towards the sound of the babbling brook, as
My books.
number 1,
That's
Vandrus.
me.
You see Vandrus, he begins to glow and radiate, and parts of his flesh lick and ignite with his brilliant golden flame, and then flickers to red and back and forth all over him as he's blazing and radiating. Vandrus, you are now suffering from incredible mood swings between joy and wrath.
Not
fireball at
Lightning bolt!
I'm gonna
Lightning
need a
bolt!
minute to get in the
lightning bolt.
headspace.
Number 2,
That was me.
which was you.
Not at all where I thought that was going.
As you see Sylvie, the roots of, or the thorny vines from her elder cross are now mixed with vines and ivy, as ivy leaves all sprout around her face and grow. You see bits of bark, and she's covered in leaves and vines and bark. You have now an almost unhealthy obsession with nature and life and animals and everything to do with the natural world, Sylvie.
So she's me?
Yeah.
She turns into me.
Yeah, we should.
You see Dobro as he starts to get he gets a little bit larger, and 2 huge antlers sprout from his head as he looks and says, "We're not gonna let that fox go. We gotta hunt that thing." And
No! That fox is part of the world, part of the Feywild. It deserves life like everything else.
number
You're right.
Number 4 is Rodek. You see now that your skin and your person is turning to this brilliant, shining, platinum white gold, and shades of emerald. And you are shining and beautiful. You are now incredibly, you feel noble, vain, and self-obsessed.
Yes.
And then you see Annulin. You look down, and your body now is covered with this orangish reddish fur, as your face has started, as your face as well, and your hair turns to a similar color. Your nose goes out just a little bit with a little mammalian canine nose, and you are now incredibly lustful and attracted to everyone.
Wow. Some of her inside feelings are now her outside feelings.
Oh my god.
Whatever we do, we have to make sure that we protect the land around us and all things in it.
I
could not agree more.
I also
I could
agree.
help if you want.
I would love for you to help me. We need to plant seeds. We need to protect the fauna of the forest.
This truly is quite possibly the most beautiful thing I have ever seen, and I just... it's
Me
amazing.
too, Vandrus.
We've all
Gorgeous.
transformed.
What?
We've all changed.
Oh, you're right.
Why do I look so much better than the rest of you?
Well, I mean, that's not even remotely fucking
what?
true.
You
Are you
did
kidding me?
Really good.
I'm made of diamonds.
Your outside
Gems.
form doesn't mean anything. It's what's inside. That we're all made of the land around us. We're earth. We're everything.
No, I'm stone. I'm made of gems. And clearly
the very
this is...
center of the earth.
This is the personification of that.
Listen, I don't want to, burst your bubble or anything, but you will never even be close to as pretty as I am. Or this beautiful, beautiful nature scene.
I think you're all beautiful, just gorgeous.
Oh, well, you're so kind. Don't be so loud, Vandrus. You're gonna scare away the bird.
I'm sorry, you're right. I'm sorry.
It's their home first. our home city.
Look, I have a goal. I have a mission. So we're going to go, all right?
And as Vander screams, your fears come to fruition as you see these beautiful birds that, as they fly away, their tails and their tail feathers are shaped into all varieties of musical notes. And you get the sense that you could probably play and learn each of their bird songs if you were able to get their bird feathers as they fly away, and you hear a different song going in different directions.
And learn their call.
Can you imagine if a bard were to be able to come here and learn the music of these beautiful creatures? It's just
That'd be so
fascinating.
romantic.
I mean, none of it really matters. We have to go.
Of course it matters.
You're all wasting my time.
Wasting your time.
Aye,
We're in the Feywild's time.
which is my time.
No.
What's your rush, big fella?
Well, you're sweating.
Guess it is a little
Covered in
warm.
fur, I think I might have to hunt you. You're looking real fox-like.
Don't you even think about harming a single creature in this place.
Stop yelling.
But
You're scaring the animals.
I feel like if it's running away, those birds are. Hold on, let me see. I got a bee javelin here. Hold on a
Don't
second.
you dare! I will kill you.
I'm with her!
I'm a little excited, but I don't know why.
You just stop yourself right now. I have to pet this grass for fear it is scared right now.
And I slowly get down and start petting the grass.
It's gonna be okay.
Fine.
I don't know what's going on. I'm not
it is
usually. I
so-
want to apologize to everybody. I'm not usually so explosive in
I'm down
my.
in the grass, starting to like roll and like
Is this-
writhe in it and just like feel the grass.
Are you
Like-
getting sexual with the grass?
I think it might be getting sexual with me.
I think the grass is okay with it, but I'm questioning this.
Disgusting.
What? Don't know.
You have to
Sex
touch
is
me.
natural.
Don't knock it till you try
I feel all of a sudden.
it. You can come on down.
It's degenerate and below me.
Well, technically it is below you, the grass, as you are standing atop it. Can you take your boots off and all of your armor? I fear that your weight is crushing the fronds beneath your
I would be
feet.
happy to, and I begin to take my boots off and like tuck them under my arm.
Thank you.
I'm going to find Looney.
No.
I'm gonna go kill that fox.
No,
What are we waiting for?
Even think about it. No! And then I run after him.
I'm going to cast control creature on him.
Oh, what is it? Dominate monster, I presume you mean?
Do I
have
look like a
that?
fox?
You look like not like a
Yeah.
full fox, but kind of like a slight little snout popping out. What's an analog that I'm trying to look? You're like a very with fox-like features, humanoid,
Okay.
and you got little ears popping out. Your ears.
So
are,
you look like Sir Didymus from the Labyrinth.
I'm not sure that's quite.
He's just a full-on like
He's like a
dog puppet.
That's what I'm imagining in my head. Ambrosia's the dog.
he's
Didymus
dog
is also a dog.
He's like a humanoid dog.
It's like a
and
foxy
Ambrosia's
dog.
an actual living
You know
dog.
what? This is what I'm picturing in my head, and
Okay.
this
All
is
right.
my fantasy.
Have you seen like the furry
Oh.
scale? You're not like full furry. You're like a little bit past cat girl. You're like in between cat girl and full furry.
Good to know.
Well,
Great.
I'm
Perfect.
aroused.
So right where I want to be.
I'm gonna use my 8th level Mystic Arcanum and cast Dominate Monster.
Sweet Jesus.
Okay.
Good lord.
What's the saving throw?
Wisdom 21.
Completely fails. So how does that work?
So I'm immediately going to overtake him, and in his mind, he's going to hear,
You shall not harm the wilds. Control the beast within. Turn your hunting tendencies on those who threaten the flora and fauna about the world.
and I'm going to have him, he will be the hunter for the wild, not against the wild.
Hey guys, I had a total change of heart. How about that? You know what? I really wanted to hunt that fox, and we wanted to kill that fox. I mean, that would have been really. Imagine the pelt that I came back. I mean, Honey Paws would have been really impressed with my hunting ability. And I mean, man, Grumball, he would have said, wow, Dodo, you're the best. And I'm like, I know, I got this hunting. But you know what? I've had just a change of heart really suddenly. Didn't even need like a really heartwarming monologue. How about that?
See, isn't it so much better when we all get along? And I stub my toe. Fuck! Damn it, stupid rock! Damn it!
You're a clumsy old Fenris.
Don't you ever call a rock stupid. A rock has the knowledge knowledge of the ancients. It knows far more than you will ever know.
You're
And I
all
bend
wasting
down
my
and I
time.
start to kiss the rock.
You've always been so fiery.
You're right. I'm sorry. It really is a lovely day.
I'm gonna turn and just start walking in the direction of the fox. I think Dobro at least had the right idea.
Take your boots off.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
What is stubborn?
Yes.
Last you wish.
Big on!
So I'm gonna start.
The dwarven begone thought is last you wish.
Last you wish. I can't finish the rest of the session because I have to go comment that on Instagram post.
So I'm gonna turn and I'll just say no one more time. I'm gonna start walking towards the fox.
Look, it's a lovely day. Rodek has the right idea. As much as I would love to stay here all the time, we do have to kind of move forward, I suppose.
Yes. We should let the wilds take us where we need go. If we follow the babbling brook or the whimsical musings of a butterfly, we might find our goal.
I begin to walk, nodding in agreement, very cheerfully, and following Rodek.
I skip.
I'll walk
do
next
that.
to you also,
I'm
nodding.
still
and
holding
then
my boots.
I'm gonna grab
walking
your
barefoot.
hand while
Yeah.
we're walking, just like try to hold your hand.
I really hope that we find some people that are wanting to violate nature, because then I can kill them.
Come
and
again?
you guys won't have a problem with that.
That is really aggressive. Just enjoy the lovely
I
day.
can probably crush their head like a watermelon with my mom. I
must
agree
be
with that.
so
After
strong.
I incapacitate them with honey.
Sylvie, what did you
Wow! I can't wait!
I turned his focus from the forest.
That was my hunting horn. I don't even have one. I just did it with my hand and my voice. That wasn't even the DM doing it. That's literally me doing
I'll
it.
be
Those
impressed.
who would harm the forest.
Oh, that's
We
amazing.
must protect nature at all costs.
You are a truly, truly magnificent person.
Thank you.
Very talented.
I would not hesitate to murder you in your sleep should you harm the wilds at hand.
What the fuck is that supposed to be?
As you're walking, you see that you're actually at a in a meadow.
Actually terrifying.
There's a bunch of small little tulips that are growing around you, and as Van's gets they were this cheerful little yellow color, and then as soon as Vanus gets angry, they then switch to red, and then
Oh, well, look at that.
back to yellow.
More color-changing, beautiful flora. I don't know the difference.
Isn't it so neat?
It really is. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yeah.
That my fucking parents would never believe and tell me I'd never amount to anything.
Back to red.
This is fine. They're not here.
Are you coming or not?
Oh, yes, of course.
Not yet.
You're
Yeah, I'll be along.
Why do you keep pointing your nose up into the air and looking down at me?
Oh, because you're shorter than I am.
They switch to green.
What's switch to green?
The flowers.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, that's strange.
So are you going to come or not?
Yes. That's right
I'm not,
behind you.
but she might.
You think that your time's more valuable than mine? You think your ideas are better than mine?
No, none of us have even suggested that, Rodek.
Well, then what are you doing? You're petting grass. You're trying to
It's soft.
lay with everything that moves and everything that doesn't move?
Are you trying to perpetuate life within the forest?
Of course.
I give myself unto you.
The flowers turn pink.
Rodek, do something.
No, Rodak, Rodak, yeah.
No, Rodek, do something.
Yeah, we gotta stop and keep going.
Should we do this here?
Rodek, please.
Yeah.
No.
I guess we need you, Dobro.
Rodek.
Soft grass and sunshine.
No, that's enough!
My mind is already broken, so I'll basically do whatever you say. I am dominated. I mean, nobody got to pay good money for that, but I got it for
The
free.
camera's
so-
gonna look up at Rodak and we'll see like his beard like from up, and I'll say pathetic. I'll turn and I'll just walk away, and I'll leave them to the
About
shenanigans.
30 minutes later, we catch up with Rodak.
You, as this happens, you make your way and you see the babbling brook, and then it's like, oh man, it's a new family. And you hear this little voice and occasional words coming out as it babbles.
Hello.
And it doesn't seem to respond. It just babbles. As you see now, as it turns around the ravine, you've made good distance as it continues down into a pool, and you see off ahead the fox is just looking at you and tilting its head, and then it goes, oh my god, and then turns away.
I love it.
Goes deeper in the
Like,
pool.
why is your fox call so adorable?
You better not be tricking me.
Of course he's not.
And-
he knows, as a fox of the wild, he's doing what he should and leading us to what is good and true.
And as you see now that the stream actually empties into this beautiful spring, as you make your way another good bit through the forest, and you see that there are you hear the splashing and like these high pitched laughter, as you see humanoid shapes in the spring, and you see that there's three. They look like women, these humanoid women, as their skin almost shimmers. Like the surface of the water, with long green hair, like kelp and lotuses all in their hair. As you see that they're incredibly curvy and shapely and entirely nude. As they're splashing water at each other, and as soon as you get close, they turn and say, "Oh, new friends, come and join us."
I'm ripping my stuff
This is
off
the
and going
greatest
towards the
day of
water.
my life, and I drop my boots, and I start stripping down along with Annulin, and I start running into the pool with my
Come
skivvies.
with us, Rodak. Naked is natural.
And I get naked and run in.
I'm still wearing my underclothes, but I'm wading in very quickly towards these
I
women.
am not.
Well, I guess I'll join you. That sounds great. As he steps
Hello,
in.
girls. Oh, you're
what are we doing?
beautiful.
Where's the fox?
The fox was further away, and he went deeper into the forest in a different in a further direction.
Rodak, the water is fantastic. Please, this is a lovely day.
I need to wash your back.
Oh, yes, please, dude. This is fantastic.
Come on in, Mr.
Shine so
Dwarfman.
brightly in this water.
Hey, what are you looking at? It's a perfectly natural size. Shrinkage happens with this cold water.
Oh, it's not that cold.
It's pretty cold, and I don't appreciate your tone.
This is a water spring.
I'm sorry. No, you're right.
Warm
This
it up
is
for you.
this is a nice. Annulin's right. This is a very nice. It feels great.
Oh, you're all so easily seduced. You think I'd settle for anything less than a stout dwarven woman? Well, I have things to do.
These are the first people we've seen in God knows how long. And look at them, Rodak.
I'm in a naked hair braiding
Oh,
train
yeah.
with the water women.
Yeah, and not kelp, but like kind of like pond leaves and vines.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, and you're
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna sit at the
I'll be
front of the
happy.
chain and hope that they braid a little bit of my hair.
I'm doing handstands in the water, so all you see are my chicken legs sticking out of the water.
They're not as attractive. Not even one fraction as attractive as I am.
Well, now.
Come on in. You're missing out.
Now that's just rude, Rodak. These are our new friends, and you should get in here and give them a proper hello. Don't make me look bad.
Clearly, you need higher standards, Vandris.
You should get in here. Join us. Water's fine.
If I wasn't having such a good time, those could be fighting words.
I have things to do. And I'm going to turn and start walking
Me
in the
too.
direction
Take
that...
a
as Rodak stomps off.
Oh, don't worry about him. We're gonna have plenty of fun forever.
As the water swirls around you, and the leaves and the plants, and they all try to kiss on you and drag you in the water. I need all of you to make a strength saving throw at disadvantage.
Would I fight against them?
What?
Would I fight against them?
It's up to you. What would your character do?
I mean, you got to be pretty horrified, right?
Are
I
they
got a
trying
10.
to kiss me? I'm like,
They're trying to kiss you in the horrible.
You still have self-preservation, though.
Okay,
I mean, like,
okay.
you're not like,
That's
Right?
a little rougher than I
You said
usually
I
like
am.
it, but
You said a strength saving throw?
Yeah.
I got a 10.
A 3.
let's make it last. Go slow.
At disadvantage.
17.
17. You managed to succeed, Annulin, as everyone, including Dobro, is dragged beneath the water as you are now drowning. There is plant and water crushing you as you're all going to take 11, 17, 18, 20, 28 points of bludgeoning damage.
Whoa!
As you're being crushed and you are now drowning.
Ow!
As the women that had this beautiful shapely form, it's now just turned into just the forces of water and nature.
Oh man, that's
And you see, you're looking down, and your friends are now pushed. They're struggling. They're drowning.
You can see very clearly that my face is beet red, and I'm very angry.
So are we under the water now?
You're under the water, and then you're not.
Oh, I'm not.
So you manage to pull away as suddenly you realize that this water is actually a lot deeper, and the rest of your friends have been pulled beneath the water, and they are struggling violently.
You didn't take that damage.
Yeah, you did.
oh,
No,
I'm
that's
sorry.
the check. Yeah.
You succeeded.
I'm
succeeded.
sorry. I was silly goosing. Just thinking about naked pond ladies.
What do you do? You hear this very clearly, Rodak, behind you.
Those are my friends.
And I'm gonna reach down into the water and try to go. You're above as well.
I'm more close. I'm like walking off.
Help me!
I'm gonna reach and try to pull them both. I'm just gonna put a hand on both and try to pull them up above
Make a strength
water.
contest against these creatures.
Oh boy.
Advantage or just
I don't need
regular
the rest of you. You're just slowing me down.
Oh, athletics contest.
I yell over my shoulder.
16.
16. That is not enough. As you, all of you feel, as you're drowning, you are now crushed again. As you're going to take.
Oh, do we make a save?
No, it was basically, could you get out? You are now in. And I rolled poorly this time, though, so. 6. 7. 10. 13. 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm unconscious.
Vandra stops resisting, and you feel that he goes limp in your in your
You
hand,
watch as
in your
both
arm.
Vandris and Sylvie go limp in the arms of
I
this
only had
creature.
36 hit points.
I only have 38.
Rodak! Oh, benevolent Rodak, please come back. I need you. I can do
What
this
will you
without
do for me?
Literally
Give me
anything.
Anything gold?
Literally anything. Anything. Just come back now.
Right, you're going to owe me one.
Yes, I will, big boy, but not the time. Come back.
Of course you all need me. I'm gonna stomp back, and I'm just gonna stomp up to the water and just reach both my hands and then yank him out.
And then you're also gonna have to go for Dobro after. He's under there too.
Oh,
I
God.
definitely don't go for doing first.
No, fuck
I just
Dobro. Fuck
I leave
Dobro.
him. I'm just like.
So, you help Rodak, as Rodak, you plunge your hands and you grab Sylvie hands. They're
We are unconscious, but my face is still contorted in rage as I die.
make an advantage because Annulant's helping you. Athletics contest.
For each
against
one
the
or for just
creature.
one?
Just one. We'll say one.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Just make.
16,000 he rolled.
Feywild shenanigans, I'm telling you.
I love it. I love it.
I'm so glad I could
Athletics is 29.
You rip the unconscious forms of Sylvie and Vanders onto the shore, and they're just completely dripping with pond water. They're covered in pond scum, and it's actually, you see that there was a horrible, disgusting algae beneath the water. As you see now that the lower half of these feminine forms were made of this disgusting rot. As you see Dobro, as you prioritize them. As he is now unconscious.
Do we need him?
Yes, please get him out, please.
All right, you owe me 2 now. This is a second favor.
Oh, anything you want.
And I'll grab him. I'll pull him out.
I'm just in a foul
and then,
manner,
roll
licking
straight
my
contest
lips.
at advantage.
Not even an attractive way. It's like SpongeBob.
23. Okay, 19 was the DC. You managed to yank it out of the way. And as you're all
three of us.
you're all three just completely soaked.
I'm gonna go 1-to-1 and just give them really obscene mouth to mouth.
But you're not even really doing it. You're just French kissing us.
I'm just Frenching you, smacking you across the face, and
One death save. 2 death saves. This is dead.
Just enough to wake you, not to hurt you.
We're at 0 hit points, right?
Gosh, there's 0 hit points.
Okay, I will not
And
slap
so
them.
you do that, and as that happens, you see 3 feminine shapes of the hair, this kind of, just their eye line, they just look at you, and they glare, and they just shrink back below the water, and the spring stills.
You can heal them, can't you?
I guess, yeah.
They're not worth Moradin's life.
I would say you guys definitely know that Sylvie has potions on her person.
Well, here, I can.
I have none, just my cookie. I have a potion that looks like a potion, but please don't feed it to anyone.
Oh, look, I found a potion!
If you were to forget, it would look just like a potion, but it would not have the intended effect of a potion.
I take Mandra's potion and take Sylvia's, but I trip and drop.
Oh, shit! Damn it!
One of these is bad up.
Oh, well!
I am going to.
Hey! Filthy lot! That's Raven hosted. Thank you. Welcome.
Welcome on in.
The party just barely survived.
We're getting filthy, right?
Sirens?
Are they
We
sirens?
are.
You're not sure what they were. You were not sure what they were. They were a siren-type creature that made out of pond scum and plants and water. They were very seductive.
We're in the Feywild.
And we're in the Feywild.
Well, I knew I fell
the
for
Emerald
it.
Forest of the Summer Court. And 4 out of the 5 party fell
Kelpies.
for and got dragged down beneath the water. And almost died. 3 of them are actually dying, bleeding out.
I am going to be like,
That didn't work for some reason. Let me try again.
and I'll again lean down one by one and kiss them on the mouth, but this time it'll glow green and I'll cast Cure Wounds on each
You
of them
give
as I
each
tongue
one
them obscenely.
a very
Like a kiss.
aggressive mouth-to-mouth.
Yes.
And it glows green, and healing touched all of them. They all come, your friends come to.
As soon as I come to, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so happy to see you. And I give you a bunch of kisses on your face, and then I turn a rug and I say, thank you. And then I immediately lean down and grab my rapier, and I look to the lake and I say, I'll fucking kill you. I will carve the meat from your bones, and I will slurp the marrow from within.
Dobro sputters. I'm actually kind of enjoying.
That's not very good.
Oh man, I'm feeling.
So you get 13
Exhausted.
healing for all of you.
Perfect.
Wait a minute.
Where did they go? Where are they?
Where are we going now? What happened?
They're under the water,
Dobro is
but I
no
wouldn't
longer
go.
dominating.
Hey, wait, where did that fox go?
You want to kill something?
Yes.
Kill those horrible creatures deep in the lake.
There's no hunting. It's pond water, Vange. I'm gonna go hunt something that's running away from me. That's most of the fun. Fox, where are you, Fox? Hey, dwarf, where did the fox go?
Are you going to run after it?
I'm gonna run after it right now.
Going to kill it?
No.
You're not to kill it. It's our guide, allegedly.
I know. No, I would never kill a poor innocent creature of the forest just to skin it and eat its flesh and then
You shut
wear
your
its
mouth
pelt.
right now.
I would never do that.
I think it went
So
that way.
primal.
And I point in the opposite direction that the fox ran.
Make a deception check.
4.
That's ridiculous, Rhoda. Clearly a fox would go that way. I'm gonna kill it! And he starts stomping through the forest, running after the fox.
Thank you for saving us, Rodak. It's just unfortunate, though, that those creatures weren't able to consume us.
What?
Well, it's in their nature. It's the natural order of things. We fell for their tricks, and we should have been its dinner.
What? We haven't. I agree with Rodek. For once in this God's forsaken place, that we have a mission, and we can't just get eaten by the first voluptuous women. Oh, we could get eaten by
I'm
the
looking
first
longingly at the
voluptuous
lake.
women. We can't get eaten by the first creatures that live in this forest just because you think they need sustenance.
You're right. That does mean that something else in the forest could consume us later.
At least one of us has a brain.
I'm sorry.
Can we go now?
I'm sorry. Yes, we can.
I'm not going to save you again. You understand?
You're right. We should all be enjoying our time here, and I'm sorry. You're right. Please lead the way. Which way did the... You know what? We should probably catch up with Dobro. If you know which way the fox went, I would gladly follow.
I think he's chasing the fox now.
and
It's that way.
I do owe you one. I really do. I mean that from the
Right.
bottom of my
All
heart.
right, I'm going
I
to
have
collect that
never
for you
been
now.
so happy to see that grumpy face.
You should stay naked.
What?
Okay.
We'll move more quickly through the underbrush and things.
I like gather my things and I have my armor and my boots and everything else like under my leg and my rapier is just at my side.
Clothes are simply a hindrance.
Well, I guess that's fine. I suppose that's fine. I begin to stuff the things in my pack and I run after, the grass does feel really nice on my feet.
I put my boots back on and my cape, but I put everything else in my bag.
So you are naked with boots and a cape on.
I don't want to get sunburned. I'm
I
very
use
delicate.
my moth and bark to go very Eve in Eden, and I start running through the forest.
Oh, I like that. Thanks, I made it from
That's hot.
myself.
Dobro stomps off, and you're able to catch up to him. He's a little bit ahead. As you make your way through, you're going over hills, and you see all sorts of beautiful animals and strange different fey creatures. You see faces emerging from the trees and watching you, and then sinking back in.
I'm gonna wink at him as I see him.
No, I'm not going to make that joke.
Oh boy.
When my he is holding himself back, there's a problem.
Oh no!
As you see that, and then eventually up ahead as Dobro is, there he is! I'm gonna kill you, Fox! But first I'm gonna slather you in honey! As he continues to stomp after it, and you see now ahead through the forest, past what looks like this beautiful, this small little clearing that looks like a meadow. You see that glint of red and orange fur as the fox looks at you and goes, and then turns around and begins to and scampers off out of sight.
We must continue to run. He clearly has a mission for us. And who are we to deny the will of nature?
No, we're not doing missions. We're presumably being guided by this fox to Lumi. That's the whole point. You understand?
The winds call to me. The trees whisper my name. The fox beckons me further into the woods. Goodbye, friends. I aloft atop my broom made of wood and thistle. Nature is where I belong.
And I jump onto my broom and I shoot forward towards
As
the
she
fox.
zooms off, I'm waving. I say, "That was a very nice poem."
Thank you.
She's going to ruin everything.
And I'll try to keep up and keep chasing bugs.
You do that, and as you make your way, you go out of the tree line, and you see this clearing, and you actually see the Hellboy 2 trailer starts playing.
Hellboy too.
Or the Hellboy, or just the Hellboy
tree
trailer.
line, tree line.
Yeah, I did that during the Strahd finale, so if anybody, I did. I did. I felt so bad.
Oh,
it's
it's
fine.
We've never forgiven you.
I know.
As you make your way through the forest, you hear a humming that sounds like a drunken humming. It's like, and as you enter this meadow and this clearing, you see that there's all sorts of these beautiful flowers that clink of this strange silver color, and they look like hanging bells. And they actually make a little jingle as you make your way through the forest and shake the ground. And you see as there is a pot-bellied, goat-looking man. And he looks a little bit old, and he's holding a wineskin as he's saying, "Now you don't want to go in that direction, trust me. You're gonna all die."
What?
Without the appropriate...
Is he more goat than man or more man than goat?
He's a satyr.
Oh, so
You
half
see-
and half.
You see a satyr. And he's slumped
How
up
man
against a
and
tree.
his goat half is really what she's
It's
asking.
a lot of hair and fur down there, so...
What?
To be determined.
Why do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, I'm just saying, you folks don't look like you're from around here. And,
Why would we die going that way?
The fox
well,
told us to
because
go there.
you're not from around here, and if you're gonna talk to fey creatures that aren't as welcoming as strangers as I am, if you have a drink from my my wineskin here, you're gonna be ready to, you're gonna get that ounce of courage, you're gonna have exactly what you need.
You know, I really don't like your tone. You don't look at us, you don't know us, you don't come in here and tell us that we're not from around here, you fucking drunk, and I kick him in the shin. Give me the damn wine! And I snatch it from his hand.
Why do I feel like we're not gonna get out of the field?
I begin to drink from his, his wine scheme.
Fucking goat man.
And so I'm just trying to. You kick him so hard, he screams in pain, and he actually rolls a good 3 feet, and he like his limbs and his horns, and you see this little crack on his horn.
No! After I finish drinking from it,
and as you chug and you finish, every single word that you say, you have to sing.
Does he still have to maintain,
I need a minute to mentally wrap my head around this.
Are you doing the singing challenge? Is that what I just heard?
Vanish has the wine, and he's fuming, staring at this
Oh, you poor thing.
this fat older, not old, this middle-aged satyr with a scraggly beard. Just, I'm just trying to help you.
I'm snuggling him to my chest and like petting his broken horn.
As soon as I finish drinking from the wine skein, I hand it out and I say, "Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, Rodek, take this and begin to drink. I did not mean to let my emotions get the best of me."
That was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Oh, sweet 9 hells. What has become of me?
I'm confused and clapping.
That was really great. Why didn't you do that during Vampire the Masquerade the play?
That's right.
If I had known you could do that, I would have written you an entire soliloquy. That's what it's called with some of the things, right? Of course it is.
It wasn't a musical, though.
But it could have been. It should have been.
Should have been.
Ah!
Are you alright?
Look, I don't need this. I don't need your tricks.
Well, then give it to me then.
I was just trying to help. He passes out. He throws up on me.
We agreed in the hut that we weren't going to accept any strange liquids from strange fey creatures.
Wait, you actually did say that.
And now all of you are so stupid that you just jump and you drink the first skein of wine that's offered to us.
I must admit that I forgot.
I drank the wine. Does it have the same effect on me? Okay. I didn't drink the wine for this to happen to me.
What are you saying?
What am I saying?
What are you saying?
What am I saying?
How could this happen?
I'm saying.
You see there's blood running down the satyr's ear.
I'm sweating. Like, actively sweating.
Are you doing this on purpose? Is this some kind of trick?
On purpose.
Or are you both of you?
Are we doing this on purpose?
How dare you assume that we would waste all of your time?
It's natural to sing inside of the spring.
This, we're in the summer court, first of all.
Do you want any? Are you thirsty?
I don't drink meat. I don't drink none of that wine shit. That'll fuck me up.
You're a bastard.
I'm gonna just tuck the wineskin back under the goat's arm.
And as much as I want to kill that thing, this is very amusing, so...
Clearly,
I just didn't know they were so talented.
You both fell prey to some sort of fate trick, and you may die. You'll probably never leave. But at least be useful while you are still alive. All right, here we go.
You're not even mildly intoxicated by the beautiful song.
I would like to stop. I don't want to sing anymore. I want to be myself
this was the future you chose.
I think I'll purge. I need to get the wine out of me. I just start puking.
The satyr wakes up from passing out, like, he also starts puking.
As this is happening, I will gently walk over to the goat man who is violently retching, and I will lean down to him and say, "My sweet goat man, he has told us that the only way to proceed is to drink from the motherfucking wineskin." I feel as though we've been tricked, but I must appeal to both of you. Drink and have your fill.
I told you I'm not drinking from that. I come from nobility. I'm a dwarf. A noble dwarf.
Did the puking help?
No, not at all.
It didn't work. It didn't work. And my voice, it will not stop. Drink, 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 drink.
Sylvie, I'm glad that you attempted that,
I
but
tried it for us.
I am too scared to make myself
Never been
puke.
scared of
I didn't
being
want to do it. It's a thing from my childhood. I have an irrational fear of vomiting. And then I slowly embrace Sylvie as the tears roll down her face.
And then you see as he finishes puking,
water.
the goat man is like, that's like the last song before in the mission at a play. And he passes out. Okay.
Look at this drunk. He's pathetic drunk. He's missing teeth. His horns are cracked. This is what you're like.
A pathetic drunk, it's great. We should go be drunk together. Let's get drunk together and run through the forest with our friends and dance in the forest with our friends and trance. With the wine in our bellies, let's drink and dance and sing.
That's pretty catchy.
And then I hand the wineskin out again.
You expect me to drink this?
Yes.
I don't understand. Why do you want us to drink it so bad?
I'm going to bring this in case I do need it, okay? Do you understand? But until I know for sure that you're not just making fools of yourselves for no reason, I'm not going to stoop to the level of drinking this wine.
Until that happens, I will be saying minimal things because I can only do this for so long. I don't like the way you made that move.
I'm going
What are
this
you
way.
going to do about it?
I begin to follow her, Nick.
I start stomping.
I'm gonna walk in front of you and lift
my
my cape up and shake my butt at you a little bit while I'm walking.
Oh my.
Oh my. Should I kill that
well
fox?
done, Nikki. Got to. I feel like we played off each other very well.
We did, I agree.
Done without you.
Okay, both of you
Could not have done
can you
without
both of you
you.
take inspiration, please?
Absolutely, I will.
Inspiration.
I was honored to perform with Nikki in our amazing opera.
We should be Phantom and Christine.
I'm down. I'm down for that.
As he lives like, hey, that was my wineskin. And then he passes out again for the last time. As you continue, oh my god, I need to catch my breath real quick.
Ooh.
As you continue to make your way through the meadow, and you see now that there is, as you make your way, that there's actually a deep ravine that goes down through the forest, and it's still shimmering and beautiful, but the trees are all around you. You see now that the pathway the pathway continues, or the direction that you're heading, that is this treacherous, rocky terrain where the trees are very easily able to grow out of in all directions. But you see that really there's only one path through this strange canyon ravine type formation. And on the other end, far off in the distance, standing on a rock, you see that little fox as he looks at you and goes, and turns away and scampers down.
Are we still afflicted by...
Yes.
Well,
Thank goodness.
You're right, both of you.
Finally think. We're going to keep going. Not a word.
And I'll keep following the fox.
Hey, what do you guys want to do after this? I mean,
he howls in the darkness. He's a fox in the night. And when he howls, we
It's
will follow. When he darts out of sight.
Well, I mean, that's
Where he
objectively true.
goes, we don't know. We're not privy with knowing. Thank God it is summertime. Thank God it's not snowing.
I must admit,
I have no authority, but I give you inspiration.
I must admit, when I drew deeply from the cask, my batch must have been botched. For Sylvie is the greatest singer on the planet, and I cannot compete. Please watch me die. See how I die.
Do it.
I can't.
Do it.
I can't.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm an alto. I can't.
Well done. Well done.
Are you quite done? Your voices aren't that great.
You know, if you don't feel comfortable speaking, you can always use body language.
I'm surrounded by idiots. You're going to ruin this whole operation. Can we get on with this fucking
Men like him
plan?
don't like a lot of blabber. They think a girl who gossips is a bore. Sorry, Mr. Disney.
This could be
Don't
useful,
sue us, Mr. Disney.
but you may all be cursed and doomed to die, like Vandrus was just singing about.
You just seem so tense, Rodek. Do you need a massage or, I don't know.
No, I don't need
It's
it.
really all I have to offer.
I don't need. I have all the capabilities I need to get this done.
To self-massage?
And you're the ones holding me back. What do you mean by self-massage?
Well, I offered a massage and you said you don't need it, so I assume you can massage
Masturbation is the word she means. Taking your dick in your hand.
Exactly right.
It must be nice. It must be nice to give yourself a little love. It must be nice. It must be
It is nice. I can confirm that. I think. That's a very.
I just want to say
thought.
thank you for the support, everyone. This is going to be the last episode because we were about to get massively sued.
Yeah, we're getting DCMA'd 6 ways a Sunday.
Well, I love you all and your
I'm putting
wonderful
you again,
singing, but there's something at the edge of this ravine I need to kill, and it is my duty to lather it in honey and then kill it brutally.
Well, you're not going to kill
You had me
anything.
for about half of that.
You're going to curse yourself just like they have been. Do you understand?
I think I'm immune to Fae. I'm basically Fae myself. Come on. So anyway, and he starts stomping down into the ravine.
We'd better go after him. And I run after him.
That's right, he's
I'll
gonna need
chase
help.
him.
All that sticky honey in his beard and chest hair and... Oh, dear.
And I'm going to scamper off of
I
after him as
think
well.
she loves him. I think she loves us all.
I am agog, I am aghast. Is Annulin in love at last? I've never seen her, ooh and ah.
A bear, you say? A bear must be. He was just like a bear to me.
I don't even know what song you're singing.
1 minute there, and he was gone.
Yes!
This is my favorite episode of all time.
So I just want this to be known. I tried this trick, and my table looked at me and went, "Nah, we won't."
What have I done?
Did you drink the wine? Are you
Sweet
one
Jesus,
of
what have I
us?
done?
Are you a thief in the night? Are you a
Come
dog
on.
on the run?
Root to the Fae? Become a fox on the run? Have I fallen so far and is the hour so late? When nothing remains but the cries of my hate? I'm done with all of you! I'm gonna just start.
Did you drink the wine?
Yeah, maybe I accidentally drank.
Good.
He was feeling left out. He wanted to join in.
Oh, hey, look, he gave me a fucking.
I had to. It was so good.
And you saw that Rodek, being a dwarf, he had to try the Fey wine. I mean, it's much better wine than wine in the material plane. So he snuck a little nip.
It's almost just inherent in my blood to drink from the cup. The cup of lies, the cup of hate. We're going now. We're going! And then I'll leave. Away.
Think of trees. Think of them fondly when they reach toward the sky. Think of trees. Once in a while, don't chop them down, they cry.
Can it be? Can it be Sylvie? Bravo!
I don't ever want to.
You two are done wasting my time. We really have to go right now. Come on, go. Now you get. Or I'll hawk some spit.
I'm so sweaty.
I can't believe I accidentally maybe drank a little bit of wine.
It's okay to admit you just wanted to experience the passion that these two are feeling. It's okay to let go.
And I'm going. I grab Sylvie and Vandris and I'm just pulling them.
Get into character there?
I'm sorry, did I flash you? I'm so sorry if my boob was out.
No.
You caught that? I'm so sorry.
I'm sweaty!
So Brodek is trudging silently towards Dobro, trying to catch up with Dobro. He's probably far ahead by now.
Don't laugh, Sona.
And as you make your way through the ravine, there are these large outcroppings ahead as the trees rise up. And as you make your way through, you actually see bits of white, and actually you realize that these massive hanging cocoons, all on either side of you, as you continue to make your way. And as you dart your way through this winding ravine, it just continues hanging cocoons all over. Some are relatively small, but some are absolutely massive. As you continue to make your way through, and there's kind of a shifting and a gyrating within as you pass. And as you turn, they all start to turn slightly, almost as following your direction. And you hear Dobro say, "Are these things I can hunt? I mean, this doesn't really seem sporting. I mean, I like to kill things brutally, but I like to do it for sport. That makes it okay."
Dobro, please.
What?
Dobro, please. Keep your voice down.
Bye. I didn't drink, that is my attempt.
I don't appreciate your mocking tone, and you know that if you anger me, things will be grave.
What are you gonna do?
He'll kill you. He'll kill you. He'll pound your bones coons into peace.
I feel like that's my thing with my mall.
Make him angry, and you will see.
Should I smash one of these like a piñata?
No.
No, I don't think you should at all.
Don't you dare.
Should I touch one? They look awfully soft.
No.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Why?
I don't know.
No, they just look so intriguing and like
These
silky.
things may spell our doom.
And now I die.
There, out in the forest, Dobro is running. And he might be killing that fucking fox. And he needs to guide us. So if we don't hurry, we might be lost for eternity. So can we please go now? Please don't make me beg you, or I'll have to kill you.
That took kind of a dark turn, but yeah, I think we should go.
Dobro's gone.
And drag you along. And I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna look around. Why did you send us here? Hag mom, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Hag mom.
And then I'm gonna follow after.
As you make your way through, you see now that there's these cocoons hanging, and then eventually you enter what is this incredibly large circular air part of this ravine, and you see now that there are paths going in every single direction, and at the far back of the center of this thing, you actually look up and you see that there is a gargantuan moth that is clinging to a huge oak tree that's rising to the sky with the same kind of emerald and golden leaves as its wings occasionally shift and then turn. You see that there's all sorts of colors and shapes, and then as each time it flutters out and then back, the shapes change like a Rorschach image. As well as like Rorschach's mask and what you call it, and the Watchmen film, I guess. As it is continually moving on and almost looks hypnotic.
Annulin, please, I'm asking you for the last time. This singing is nothing but a curse, and it might not end until you drink the wine.
Free horse, save your friend from torment.
I love it when you beg.
What Fenris tells you to do.
And I'll drink the wine.
How do you feel?
Singing. I'm still singing.
You lied to me. This threat wasn't real.
It was only an idea!
Curse. It is a curse.
Dobro must be the missing piece. We must capture him and force him to drink the wine.
Kill the beast! We must kill the beast!
You're right, that thing is gigantic and I'm going to kill it. I got a honey javelin right around here. And he reaches out and hurls it at the colossal moth. I'm going to roll an attack here.
No.
Cox.
This is a session that we have played.
This is
session,
something.
This is a session of D&D, if you could call it that we have played.
It is Dungeons and Dragons.
That is a natural 1.
Thank fucking God.
As he heaves up and he's just, oh fuck! And he slams, and he falls face first, and he skids a good 3 feet. As he falls down, his body's all contorted. His honey javelin, his bee stinger javelin, clatters off into the woods, and then suddenly the wings of this massive moth creature flash out, and you see all sorts of gyrating shapes and colors on it. It looks incredibly hypnotic, and then it shrinks back down and it begins to shift and turn around, and you see that it has 6 massive legs as this colossal insect turns around and looks, and you see that there are these large fluffy antennae, and as it turns to face you, where you would expect a large moth face, you see this very unsettling humanoid feminine face, and in addition to 6 large insectoid legs, there's a pair of strange insectoid hands that is by her face as she looks at you and says, "Welcome to my kingdom."
Horrifying, it's horrifying, I'm frightened.
Are you so afraid of my face?
As she then continues to make her way down, her wings flashing. And
Who are you?
Why do you have human hands on your moth body?
I guess we're just looking over the human face now.
Give me one good reason not to shoot you.
I have welcomed you into my kindergarten for all of my children. I am the Queen of Moths.
Let it be known that we do come in peace.
We will not harm you. We will not hurt you. Let us pass and keep our friend from harming that fox.
If I let you pass, which of the path will you take? You are lost. If you do not know which to take, you may wander the burrow forever.
We'll take the path of no return. The path untraveled. The one behind you stares me in my face.
I love your voice.
I love your face.
as she begins to make her way down, and she says,
Perhaps we can make a bargain. Would you like that?
This wouldn't be the first time I've found myself in this predicament. If we had the time, I could regale you of stories of a beautiful woman who was also a chicken.
Perhaps that will be our arrangement. You all have such wonderful singing voices.
We don't have time. We don't have time. We need to go.
We must make time.
Each
We must
of
make
you.
time.
The path's behind! The path's behind!
Did you see which way the fox went? Which one of the tunnels? Where did he go?
I know where you are going. He went this way. He knew you would come upon me. If each of you sings me a song that I find adequate and emotional, and I shed a tear from beauty, or sadness, or triumph, or rage, then I will tell you which path the fox tread, and I will not awaken my children to feed upon you. How does that sound?
I'm gonna need a minute. Oh, dear
Like
Jesus.
pressure! A lot of pressure!
Seriously, Mike, fuck you! We've been singing
got
for
it.
you for an hour!
I got it.
And-
I need a minute.
You must realize that I'm being quite hospitable and generous, given that your companion here tried to murder me in my own home.
Well, to be fair, we barely know him, and we certainly don't care about him at all.
Well,
Roll a deception check.
you are with him.
Can we have some time to create a rhyme in our heads to sing for you? We would not want to let you down.
This is the Emerald Forest. I have nothing but time.
I know what I must do. Morden on high. Hear my prayer. Holy shit. In our need. You have always been there. We are lost. We're afraid. Show us the path, or bring your wrath. Bring us home. Bring us home.
So fucking good.
Bring us home.
Make a performance check at advantage.
17.
17. With that, you see as the Moth Queen watches intently, as she tilts her head, her big, fluffy antennae are shifting back and forth, and she, you see that from her large, strange eyes, they're kind of this pure black, despite having a humanoid-looking face. They have these black eyes, and tears start to fall, and she, her strange human hands begin to clap.
Brava! Brava! Well done! That was beautiful, from the one that I expected it from least.
I try to open my mouth. Do I still feel like I have to sing?
Yes.
Wow. What a benevolent DM.
We are cursed.
Would anyone be amenable to a quick coffee break?
And with that,
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
I need a
and I actually can I also one more thing.
Yes.
And Sylvie, as you're thinking and as you're singing, you feel something strange in your mouth.
Is Carlisle singing too?
You know, there's no singing. It just feels like you swallowed a cotton ball.
I pull Carlisle out of my mouth.
You pull Carlisle out, and he is in a cocoon.
You've abandoned me. You've left me. Betrayal. Betrayal. I will not forget. And I shove it in the back of my back.
And that's what we'll take a break.
Oh my god.
You might. God damn it.
I do want to just make sure that it is known that we have all risen to the occasion, unlike some other party.
Well,
Yeah, you know,
Michael
times
and
change.
Rich.
Times
Can I grab my
change.
charger? As Dobro's still like grumbling, oh my face. The Moth Queen looks at you and she clasps her strange, uncanny valley hands together.
That is beautiful. You may yet find your way out of this maze.
Who wants to go next?
Why not you? You got us into this mess.
Vandris. It was Vandris. He drank the wine first, and then he passed it to me.
Well, I blame both of you.
It's your fault we're hexed. You should go next.
You're
That was-
oversexed.
That's true.
do we know what kind of calendar they use in Evantris, what
We need the deep lore.
what year it might be in Evantris. If you say no, it's fine.
There's really not like a specific year. You can just make up something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to need some help. But don't worry. You'll know the lyrics as soon as I begin.
Oh boy.
Oh, the year was 1778. How I wish I was in Ogway now. A letter of marque came from the king to the scummiest vessel I'd ever seen. Goddamn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas for Electroman gold. We'd fire no bows, shed no tears. Now I'm a broken elf on a Gullhaven pier. The last of Barrett's privateers. Oh, Elsit Barrett, cried the town. How I wish I was in Ogway now. For 20 brave men, all fishermen, who would make for the Antelope's crew. Goddamn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas for Electroman gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. Now I'm a broken elf on a Halifax pier. The last of Barrett's privateers. That's all I'm doing.
She applauds a cheer.
What a sad cautionary tale about the dangers of privateering.
After it went on for 16 minutes.
Yeah.
And everybody's like,
60 minutes later.
not even Stairways this long.
There are no guns in Evantris.
That's such a sad tale. Broke my heart to hear it.
Serves them right for agreeing to it.
Sing it how you feel it.
Well, I was feeling done in. Couldn't win. I'd only been in Evantris before. There's no use in fretting about how lost we're getting. It only leads to trouble in this phase setting. Now all I want to know is how to go. I've tasted honey, and I want more. I'll put up no resistance. I want to stay the distance. I've got an itch to scratch, and I need assistance. Touch me. I want to be dirty. Show me. Creature of the Fae.
Yes.
Well done.
Yes.
Well done. That was so good.
Amazing.
That was phenomenal, Kels.
That was awesome.
Well done.
And a tear falls down.
I would like to collect it with a jar. I'm just kidding.
Just gonna soak that up.
I feel like I was viewing that at midnight. Ooh, that was beautiful. Who is next?
Your songs were beautiful, and mine won't be. But it's apropos, and hey, that's Sylvie. So,
I'm gonna ride this moth through the old Fay Road. I'm gonna sing till I can't no more. I'm gonna ride this moth through the old Fay Road. I'm gonna sing till I can't no more. We got the Selkies in the brook, singing got a shook. Witch's hat is black, Baba Yaga's got a shack. Riding on a broom, hot, weaving lyrics on a loom. I was born for the Fey Wild. Let's stop the singing soon. Now sing it with me. I'm gonna ride this moth down the old Fey Road. I'm gonna sing till I can't no more. I'm gonna ride this moth through the old Fey Road. I'm gonna sing till I can't no more.
Woo! Also, hey, I just shoot That's all for Sylvan right there. And old
Well
Moth
done.
Road.
Well done.
The old Moth Road.
Nikki, you do these.
Okay, I will do that.
That was good. That was
Witch's hat is black. Are you ready?
Yep. I'm as ready as I possibly can be.
Thank you, Hananska.
Thank you.
Yay, thanks, Hanska.
And then she
Oh, that was so beautiful. That would be a top hit in the Feywild. I'll have to write that down.
and a tear falls.
Pure beauty. Now, for the one who killed me.
I'm not singing. That is really something that I do not do. I refuse to sing.
Get him! And I bum rush him with the wineskin, hoping that Rodek will follow me with
pounce
his
on him.
massive
I
strength to try to force him to drink the wine.
I cast eye bite on him.
You rush him, and I get a natural 3. There's no way that he succeeds.
No.
So what is it?
And so I'm going to knock him asleep so he can't resist as we force the wine down his
Vanish
throat.
tackles him as he's like, why would I ever say?
And as soon as he hits the ground, I'm dumping the wine in his mouth.
I told you I would never. I guess I'm doing this. Grumbling and roaring, we're definitely not boring. Rowdy and raucous with strong need to share. We eat our honey because it's so yummy. Climb in a tree as our bees fill the air. Bear hug bears, rustling here and there and everywhere. Cool adventure that's just a couple of bears. We are the bear hug bears. We are the bear hug bears.
Yes!
I'm about to throw up.
Brilliant.
You see as a tear, such gusto. I harbor no ill feelings for trying to murder me in my home, surrounded by my children. Your fox friend went that way. Farewell, and thank you for the beautiful music.
And with that, her wings burst, and a puff of moth dust descends upon you. And you feel as if you can speak normally again, as you see the pathway that
Oh my
she
gosh.
pointed at.
I can speak Sylvie again!
Oh, thank God. That is absolutely hellacious.
I'm never
Oh
singing
my
again.
gosh!
Never again.
Whoa!
Well,
Whoa!
I can't believe you made me do that.
Whoa!
I still feel the need to hunt, and these handlers prove it, and I'm gonna kill that fox.
Well, let's take the old Fey road that we bribed that moth to let us do.
I mean, well, isn't she supposed to let us know which road we're actually
We're
supposed to go
gonna
down?
bribe that moth to take the old Fey
Oh,
road.
sorry, I missed
You
it.
didn't see her.
I was too busy gifting a sub to the
graceful
community.
It was a missed opportunity.
Can we go?
Yes, please,
Yeah,
quickly,
goodbye.
quickly,
It was
please.
nice to meet
I'm
you.
done. I'm done. No more singing.
And she waves really disgustingly with her weird hand.
With their weird people
Her
hands.
weird
I'll
people
wave
hand.
back with both hands, kind of entranced and like.
You do that, and you leave, and you make your way through the cocoons of what are clearly now metamorphosizing moths are surrounding you, and you eventually find your way out to a grand valley, it looks like. And you see that although that you're deep in the forest, the trees are spread out enough that you can see incredibly far. And you see now that there is a beautiful bubbling spring. And you see there's a shape. You see two shapes. And you see that drinking from the pool and ripples emerging from the snout of this creature is a beautiful, pristine unicorn. And it's unmistakable as its mane, although it seems to be this perfect white, it seems to kind of shimmer with the colors of the rainbow as it drinks peacefully. And you see on a small rocky ledge the fox as it looks at you and then stops and then shimmers and fades.
Disappeared.
Is Dobro near us?
The fox! No.
What the fox was that?
No.
The fox, look at that beautiful unicorn.
Dobro,
You
I
imagine
swear
it.
to all that is
Naked.
good, holy, benevolent, upper planes, lower planes, if you take one step towards that unicorn and I draw my blade, I will not hesitate to put you down right there.
No. Can you both shut up? Annulin was talking about herself astride the unicorn naked. Continue, please.
Oh, yeah, I mean, just look at it and picture me just bareback riding it across that beautiful field.
With really long golden hair?
Yeah.
I'm imagining it.
Anyway, how are we gonna ride that again?
Should I try to ride it? I feel like I should.
I am very much putting myself between Dobro and this unicorn with my
Then,
weapon
listen,
drawn.
if we'll go halvesies on the unicorn blood. We could become gods if we hunt this thing and kill it.
All
If you
those-
kill that unicorn, I will end you.
all of those many, many months ago in that horrible, horrible hag castle, once I fed you the wolf's bane, I told you that I would be the reason one day that you die. Take one more step and I will make that a reality.
Make an intimidation check at advantage.
And the rest, we're not paying attention to Annual.
I got double 19s.
What?
We're
Oh, yeah.
we're turn looking at Dobro,
Yeah.
so we're not.
I am walking towards the unicorn.
The
Kind of
skill for intimidation
Like-
is
Fixing my
I'm
hair
coming
how
with
I
you.
think it
a
would
25. I got double 19s. 25.
25. He's like, and he's actually like a little intimidated. Fine, I guess I'll find something else, hon. Maybe that fox didn't really disappear. It's probably just a trick. I guess I'll kill the fox. Let's go, Vance. You're a party pooper. Do you know we could become gods if we drank the delicious silvery blood of a unicorn? Imagine, taking a little nip of that.
I can't keep it straight to me.
It's your funeral. I want to live forever.
Excuse me, unicorn. Hello. Annulin would like to be naked on you.
If this unicorn is not like the unicorn from Gravity Falls, I quit.
It tilts its head up and looks at you.
I said that.
It looks at you and it narrows its eyes and there's some water, this pristine, beautiful looking water that's dripping from its mouth that it seems refreshed as it just stares at you with wide eyes.
You're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
I'm gonna curtsy
In Sylvan,
before
I'll
the
speak to
uniform. The uniform.
Unicorn. Curtsy.
Yeah, that beautiful uniform that's standing there. I'm gonna curtsy in front of it.
You do that, and I would say make a performance check at advantage, both of you.
Thank God it was at advantage. 21.
21.
18.
18. The unicorn looks intrigued, and you see now that it's the strain. It looks like it to have a rainbow mane as it trots forward slowly, and then as it looks at you, it then bows itself.
Oh, it's so kind. You're so kind. Oh my.
Alright, ask it where the fox went.
Excuse me. Well, a few things to tell you. The first one is once I put a cup on my head and called myself a unicorn. I know that's not the same thing, but I thought you should know. 2, where did that fox go? If you please.
I'll curtsy again.
If you please.
It looked and
What do I get from that motion?
doesn't seem to answer your question. Just looks at you curiously as it steps a little forward.
Maybe it doesn't understand Sylvan.
Well, it seemed to before.
Can't you actually speak to animals?
I did. And I can also understand their motions and sounds.
It seems to
Still
be very
nothing?
curious. It is looking at you with the fox seemed to have a very clear understanding. It was looking at you with intent and intelligence. The unicorn seems its expressions. It seems to be curious. It doesn't seem to be regularly encountering outsiders from this Emerald Forest, especially in this hidden glade.
I'll put my hand out.
Can I touch you?
Make an animal handling check at advantage.
24.
24. You do that, and as you approach, it actually is very curiously, quizzically looking at you, and it sees your red fur, and it tilts its head, and its beautiful rainbow mane there's no breeze, but it seems to kind of just elegantly
constantly
flow in the wind as it trots forward a little bit, and like it leans its muzzle into you. And as soon as it makes contact, you hear the cacophonous trumpeting from over the ridge.
Oh no!
And the unicorn lets out a scared whinny and immediately bolts in the other direction.
Oh shit!
As you hear the thundering of hooves, the marching of boot falls, and the loud and the fluttering drone of wings. As suddenly, all around the ridge and suddenly almost filling this glade, you see heavily armored Eladrin in golden gleaming armor of not just golds, but in oaks and greens and browns, as they're marching with spears and swords, and flanking on either side are half horse, half men, centaurs, also equally armored. With pixies, you see some beautiful, shapely women made of leaves, brilliant oaken leaves, these beautiful-looking dryads amongst them, and then cresting over, you see treants. They are similar to ancient Cragglebark, but far older, larger, and incredibly powerful. As a full profession, and you see that they're that there's several of them carrying the standard of Queen Titania. And you see that there's actually a full regiment of Eladrin that are just trumpeters. They have no weapons. They are just meant to trumpet, and they all stand facing you.
Oh my goodness! Look at all those men.
It appears as though they found us, even though we were trying to find them.
Hello, yes, I'm glad that you've met us here. My name is Roderick Stonehearth, and this must be the agreed upon meeting location.
As soon as you say that, you see a flash of silvery, purplish, bluish light, and you hear the fluttering of wings, and then hovering above you, above this beautiful glade as you're standing on the other side, is what looks like somewhat like a pixie, but a little bit larger. And this also seems to be very shapely, dressed in the absolute perfect fineries. Hair, despite the fluttering of her gossamer wings, and you see that she has flawless pale skin, immaculate cheekbones, and she has gray blue eyes. And she looks at you and says, "Silence!" And she surveys you as her gossamer wings just flutter and keep her, and all of the Eladrin, the Dryads, the Treants, the Centaurs immediately, as they all snap to attention.
Greetings. Are you the envoy?
My name is Helia Flutterbranch. I am the envoy of Titania. This is my queen. Fairy queen, queen of light, ruler of the Sealy court, protector of the Emerald Forest, convener of the court of stars.
Oh, captor of my heart.
Just like longingly looking at him.
Aye.
Are you the ones?
I am Roderick Stonehearth. I'm the leader of our group. This is Vanris Truestrike. This is Sylvie Flickerwhite. This is Annulin Mossgrove. And this is Dobro.
I think I'm the leader, actually, because Baba Yaga is my patron, not yours.
Be quiet.
You don't tell me what to do.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
I'm the
You're
leader,
my boss.
and you're not going to screw this
You're
up.
not the boss of me. You're screwing it up. You're being mean to her. She doesn't want you to be mean to her.
No, I'm being direct
You're
with her.
being rude. You're raising
She's
your
being
voice.
direct. Both of you.
Silence!
Oh, so commanding.
I will do the talking until I want to hear your voices. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Aye.
The traitor Pixie has told us of your coming and has arranged for this meeting. seeing that you all work for the Grand Hag, I must inspect your true natures and intentions. And so, I would ask now that you each speak your name and give your identity.
Hello, I am Sylvie Flickerwicket, once gnome, now Hexblood or something it says in my mind. I am the gnome who works for Baba Yaga. It was much more graceful in my own head.
And I curtsy.
My name is Vandris Truestrike, and in true Sylvie fashion, I am proud to admit that I am the Midnight Rider for the one and only Baba Yaga.
I'm Anulin Musgrove. I'm just here with my wonderful friends in this beautiful land, and I guess I technically am one of the riders for the Hag Queen. Hag, what did she call it? No, but what did you call it?
Grand Hag.
Grand Hag. Queen Hag. Grand Hag.
Roderick Stoneheart.
I think you gotta say more than that.
My name is Dobro Grizzlepaw. I am the champion of the Bear King, Old Honey Paws. You may know him. I don't really know his first name. He doesn't really go by it. But I'm here for to kick ass and eat honey, and I'm all out of honey.
Well done.
That was a lot cooler in my head.
And she said, just state our names to know our true nature. Not
And
giving her any more.
She said our names and titles, I thought.
And then
Identities.
And then she says, "Thank you for your identities." And immediately you all fall asleep as you all cough up, each of you, golden acorns that then fly into the air and land in the ground next to you. And suddenly your consciousness, although you fall asleep, your consciousness is shot out of your own mouth and you drop to the ground as you see now that you are a golden acorn. And
We've been tricked.
Of course we have.
and you see that Helia looks down and she gestures to one of the centaurs that's beside her. Go gather them. And yes, of course, Helia. And he trots down. He's a little unstable as he goes and he collects each one. And you see this. He leans down this massive stallion of a creature, heavily armored, and the man form as well is incredibly broad and beefy. And he picks up each one, and you see as the hand grasps you and puts you in his hand, and he collects each one of you. Okay, this, and then he lines them all up. Okay, and he trots back up.
You're so stupid.
And he hands them to her. And you see that this up close and personal, her beautiful gossamer wings. This fairy is incredibly gorgeous. You've seen these fae. She is absolutely picture of fae enchantment and beauty. As she takes each one from the outstretched hand of this huge centaur, as she grabs each acorn, you see her face and her fluttering wings as she's observing you in her hand, and each acorn is probably about this big, and she looks. Places it down and repeats one after the other.
Because we can't, we don't have mouths.
No, you are just consciousness.
Yeah.
She said, "Speak your name to give your identity."
And
To
give your identity.
Yes, to
I
give your
misunderstood.
identity.
What did she say?
So I was just like,
She said,
Andy
"Speak your
started
name to
singing,
give your identity," and she said, "Thank you for your identities," and then just
Right.
coughed up acorn.
Identity theft is not a joke,
Yeah.
Jim.
And then she says, "I am surprised. You are mortals with good intentions. Return them." And
Oh,
he
look
says,
at that.
"Oh, yes, of course. Of course. And he takes it, and then he makes his way back through the rocky the rocky terrain down, and then you see, and he stumbles, and you feel your consciousness fly to the ground, and as all of the acorns clatter to the ground, you hear him trot up as he looks, and you see the worried face behind the helmet of the centaur.
Oh,
Don't be so clumsy! Get them back into their bodies! Run away!
It's already done.
As he reaches up and he just scoops up all the acorns.
No.
is this going to be a body swapping
He
episode?
scoops up.
Sure is.
He scoops up all of the acorns and he just goes to each one and is like. And he places each one over your chest. He kind of rolls you over, and he places each one over your chest, and then it shines gold and sinks back in, and one after the other. And suddenly your consciousness is returned. I need you all to roll d6.
Oh no.
And re-roll if you get a 6, and re-roll if you get somebody else.
5.
2.
4. So hold on.
3.
Wow. We're
2,
killing it.
3, 4,
5.
5. Yeah. 2, 3,
So
4,
Dobro's
5.
1.
Dobro's 1?
Yep.
Or 6.
Yep.
This is the
One.
dude's first day.
Annulin, you come to consciousness.
Oh my god.
And you feel incredibly proud and vain as you grab your great big bushy dwarven beard as you are now in Rodek's body.
Yes.
Rodek, you wake up and you feel, oh god, you're nice and furry, there's fur on your face, oh god. It's not a long beard, you reach in it's short fox fur, and you feel very foxy as you are in Annulin's lithe body.
No! This is terrible!
Sylvie, you come to consciousnness and you grab a beard, you're like, oh no, not Rodek, and you realize you're massive. As there is cake, you smell the caked on honey and like mead is all in this unclean beard and there's horns, and you feel the desire to hunt.
Ooh,
And Vandrus,
who's my next
you
prey?
wake up and you love nature and you realize you've been proud to be the tallest member of the group when Dobro's not there, and now you are absolutely tiny as you are in Sylvie's body now.
God.
I need you to do Sylvie's voice one time.
Okay, I can do it. I'm in here. Look at me dance with my chicken legs. Look at me dance with my chicken legs.
Oh, how joyous I am that I am in this lithe, nimble body. I cannot. Is this really this life for you to jump around? And he does cartwheels and
Hold on.
and you see Vandrus.
Boy. Can you do Dobra's voice for me again?
Yes, I'm Dobro.
Yes.
I'm Dobro.
This is so
Yes.
hard.
Yes. Look at him, cartwheel, nimble man. Yes.
Governor!
Is this really what you see from down here? Oh my god, chicken legs!
Well, those
Wait a
chicken
minute.
legs look mighty salty
Oh,
from up
wait a
here.
This is not an average size! How long must I be in this body?
Wait a minute, it only gets that way when we're in the water for too long. I promise.
I'm swimming!
But we were not that long ago. Remember the Kelpie incident?
I don't think there's any residual coldness!
It's really not about the temperature. It's more about the moisture.
Terrible and humiliating!
Silence!
Now, I have heard what the traitor pixie sent by the Grand Hag has said. And if you're wondering where she is, she's being taken good care of as collateral for our arrangement, so do not fret. But I wish to hear from you what you are seeking from the Queen of Fairies.
Hold on.
Is she? I can't do your voice.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can.
I never knew. You wee and lasses.
Is the last safe? I can't do it.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
She's very safe and comfortable. She's where she's always wanted to be. Do not worry for her. Do not fret.
So we are ourselves, but it's someone else's body.
You are yourselves in someone else's body, but you also have the same enchantment. You no longer have the same enchantment that you
Yes.
had. There's a matrix!
I gotcha.
My brain's gonna explode.
I don't know why I like your rocking boobies so much all of a sudden, but man,
You're rocking boobies.
you look great.
Yes. And I just want you to know that one time I chomped really hard on a caterpillar, and that is the height of hunting.
Is that what you wish? My boobies?
I know, Shane, cover yourself up. I can't do your voice.
You want to know what I want? All I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air.
With one enormous chair. I love that song.
Wouldn't it be lovely?
That was really nice. I didn't think we had to sing it. Sylvie, what the fuck is this? You've been holding on to this in your mouth the whole time?
Carlisle. He's evolving.
I just feel like every time you've mentioned Carlisle, the things have been... What? Oh, wow.
Why do I want boobies so bad? Is this what carnal pleasure feels like? You what, Governor?
Are you mocking the Queen of the Sealy Court?
No!
No, I'm trying. Oh, you go ahead.
Your centaur put us all in the wrong bodies! And I don't like it!
I don't see anything different from what I saw.
I'm telling you!
You might as well all the same
My
time.
name is
incredibly
Vantress
tall.
True Strike,
And quite handsome.
everything is perfectly proportional!
Do you doubt
Oh,
us?
speaking of, and I open up my pants. Yowza!
I know, isn't that right? I love being me when I'm me. Right now it's fine. It's good to mix it up, I will say. I kind of want to give a rousing speech, but I won't because I'm probably being very rude. Yes, you are! Please.
I love when Mike has to fight with himself.
You wish to arrange a meeting between, who is that? Mr. Honeypaws? Is that the right spell? Mr. Honeypaws and Queen Titania.
You can't even get your bookkeeping right, and you think that you got the acorn thing right?
Oh, ma'am, I do believe we would like that very much. We would.
I would ask that you show some respect.
Well, I would ask that you put me in the right body, because right now I'm 2 bears for the price of 1.
These feelings in my nether bits are very confusing, and I don't
I'm
like it.
not going to rearrange your identities until we finish our arrangement. Well, this was supposed to be a brief meeting, and you've already gone on longer than I was expecting. I have things to do. I'm a very important fairy.
What was your name again?
Helia.
Elia.
Helia Flutterbranch.
Elia.
Helia.
Oh, Elia.
Are you mocking me?
No, that's just how I talk.
Me, elf.
It's Elia. I'm making sure I'm
You've
getting
lost
it
your
right.
roots, elf.
What?
Do not try my patient.
You what? Oh, I find this arousing for some reason.
As she starts yelling, her voice gets squeakier, and you can't even understand what she's saying.
I just wanted to be known, Abby just said, your mod is capping out, because she needs a minute away from you.
I don't blame her. I need a minute away from it.
Oh my god.
We love you, Abby.
I'm glad I'm getting this video.
All I'm saying is we're the ones who dropped the acorn.
So what you need from us then to get this moving along?
I'm asking, is that all you want? The pixie said that there might be more. We've already arranged for what the Grand Hag and Titania have corresponded with in private.
Oh yeah, we need some help. You see, ma'am. Now, what we need some help. There's a real mean elf lady back in our home, you know. So we need some help fighting her.
Yes, we call her Thornhead. She's a real thorn in her head.
Ha! That is a great joke, but when I think about what she did! She's a bitch! I hate her!
And I would like to hunt her.
Do I?
I would like to put her head above my mantle.
Do I really act like that? I don't know if her name is Varaya Blooming Crown.
I lied. You do act like that. It's
Of
disgraceful.
course you do.
It makes my bird.
Yes.
My beard burn. It makes your bird.
I have her
beard.
listed here as
Weird bird.
floozy or hussy interchangeable.
That seems pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Well, do you mean me or him? I mean her.
Varaya! She means Varaya!
Oh. Yeah.
The Queen of the Summer Court will grant Mr. Honeypaws a single meeting. Her audience is some of the rarest commodity in the multiverse. You must understand that.
Yes.
And the price
Totes.
is very simple. She would like the return of the diadem of the Summer Rose.
No
Well-
problem. We were looking to dispatch her anyway.
There is no one I'd rather hunt.
With the head of the floozy attached.
Under one condition. We'll return to our bodies. I can't do this voice. I'm not Duru. I don't know how to do it.
It's hard.
Are you saying, ma'am, that you're going to help us with our task?
She will grant audience with the Bear King. That is the arrangement. Your patron has arranged something else, and they have corresponded in private, and that deal has been finalized.
Oh, you're not going to tell us what it is?
It is under explicit secrecy,
Oh, okay.
not just from my queen,
But you'll put us back in
but
our bodies.
also from yours.
Yes.
I'm with the large bear man, who's not really the large bear man right now.
Maybe I won't. What then?
Well, then
Well,
we
then-
won't be able to kill this person Titania wants us to kill.
You have all been very rude.
And she'll be very displeased when she finds out the reason we weren't capable was because we were put into the wrong bodies by your henchmen. Yes.
You have.
When I'm too distracted by my gargantuan wiener to perform my spells.
And my arms are too short, I can't swing a rapier.
I like boobies.
This penis is uncontrollable.
Oh, I love my gigantic penis!
I bet it spurts honey.
Please stop talking.
I'm gonna touch it till it does.
I hate feeling this way about
I'm gonna
that.
look her straight in the eyes. I'm gonna touch this penis until it spurts honey all over you, unless you put me back in my body. And I reach my hand into my pants.
No,
God.
There's only one way I am returning to your bodies, especially after that bit of this right.
And she goes on a rant for about a minute. In that voice, you can literally not understand a single thing. It is so high pitched. You hear the birds start to squawk and fly away, and she says,
It's like supersonic.
I will allow you, given that I am so gracious and forgiving, just like my queen. I will allow you a chance to redeem yourselves given the disrespect you have shown. If each of you can give the grandest compliment to my queen that you can, I will find which identity belongs to which body personally.
She glares at the centaurs.
So, you want us to just compliment your queen?
Yes! Is that too hard to ask?
Nah, Titania's got the rockingest body of everything in existence.
That is actually true. I wish I had her body. It is a thing of true envy. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Totes. So, can I have my chicken legs back, bro?
Bro and Dobro.
Who's next?
I guess we'll get this over with. And I drag my feet as I kind of like step up.
Your chicken feet.
And yes, my chicken feet as they like drag across the ground, and I'm like shifting the hat, this big hat that's like over, and I'm like, okay, you're Sylvie. My favorite colors, purple, pink, and green, and I'm from the Feywild, and I fell into a Fey crossing, and Titania's my patron, and I love everything, and I want to be Titania, and she loves me, and I love her, and she's perfect.
I don't sound anything like that. It's ridiculous.
Everything you said was correct except you being the patron. Of Titania being your patron. I have here that the small, stubby, chicken-footed one was the...
Whoa!
That was the Grand Hag.
Look, I've about had it.
Very true.
I've about had it with your shit. I've been traveling with her for a very, very long time, and a lot has happened. And for a very long time, we thought Titania was behind all of this.
Well, I'm glad that you you could fathom the immeasurable reach of her power, even if it wasn't true in that instance. It was still a lovely compliment. I agree.
His face. What is happening?
It's my face right now.
It matches what I was prepared for, yes.
I would like to say, man, I can't believe I'm so light. Oh my gosh, I feel like a slight breeze is gonna drift me away. Yes, because I feel a joy for the queen of the summer court, because her beauty knows no bounds. The lyrical musings of her jam poetry, which I presume she does, is unmatched.
Jam.
And all I want to do is murder her enemies. I want to kill them myself with my rapier and be a true hero and serve my queen.
I would never say that.
Finally, someone with some pizzazz and a flourish. Well done. You have not drawn my ire this day.
That sure does sound like you, let me tell you.
That's bullshit.
Well, I think that based on what I heard of her, just the description of her body, like my friend Dobro says, is that she's real pretty and she's got curves for days, and just the thought of her figure on my face makes my nether regions tingle, it does.
Beep, beep. Beep, beep.
It makes me want to be a chimney sweeper up her chimney, if you know what I mean.
And she blushes, and she actually blushes, and her Helios wings flutter faster.
I knew the feeling. Oh, well done. Of course. And last but certainly least, the dwarf. I have a description on every one of you, and here I have.
You can't read it.
I have this dwarf.
Run of the mill.
That's all I have. And I am. It looks right.
Well, what's the? One more time.
I never knew.
I never knew.
Hold on.
Now hold on. As the begrudging leader of this group.
That was good.
I have to go like this.
Telepathy is girthy.
The smartest, the only smart one in this group. I recognize skill in skill. Okay.
As Annulin is like, as Annulin in Rodek's body is stumbling over her words, with the force of 1,000 gnomes, I burst from behind Annulin Rodek and say, "Give me back my body!" And I run at Vandris and I tackle him. Give me back my body!
You knocked me over so easily because I'm so light.
I would try to run and keep my body safe, but this penis is weighing me down.
Helia is just staring intently, completely ignoring everything that's going on. She's staring intently, listening to your compliment.
I can't do the voice.
Yes, you can. Just try.
I feel like I'm gonna like vomit up my like lyrics. Like I can't.
How beautiful.
I never knew how beautiful. And
Just do a Icelandic accent.
Yeah, just do it.
Keeber, skeever, deeber.
I'm checking you out.
I'm jigging you out. I don't know why I can't do that. I forgot.
You recognize skill.
Yes. I really can't do the voice. I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
So as the begrudging leader of this group, the smartest one in this group, obviously, I recognize skill in your beautiful queen. And I will fight for your queen with the power of Morden's beard.
So chivalrous. That last part, I would work on that if you ever do have a chance to gain audience. But pledging one's fealty and loyalty is the most noble thing we can all do. Very well. The arrangement has been made. It will be up to your grand hag to decide whether or not she divulges the arrangement that has been made. And I suppose I can help if your bodies aren't correct, which I think they are. Speak your true name to give your identity. Vengeance True Strike! Vengeance True Strike!
Sylvie Flickerwicket.
I'm yelling Musgrove.
Dobro Sharkbane! I mean, not Sharkbane, Grizzlepaw!
My name's Rodek Stonehalfage.
And you nearly pass out, and suddenly your conscious gets returned, and it lands down on the ground.
Scooby-Doo monster game.
And you see Helia go and pick up each one, and she looks at it, and then personally goes and places over each of the correct chests, and suddenly your consciousness is returned.
Oh gosh.
And
It's terrible.
she says,
Oh my gosh.
No more, please.
Like when your mind
Please,
and your
no more.
body's just like warring against each other. And
Whatever
can't
you
think.
want us to do, please.
I don't like being told.
I speak for Titania, and you must sign your name on this piece of parchment to pledge yourself and make a fair pact that you will retrieve the crown and the head.
Sure.
Hussy.
I would love to make that deal if you would read the entire contract to us verbatim.
It is a verbal agreement with a written signature.
Oh. Maybe you could just like...
I mean, it sounds like it's pretty clear. We
cool.
fetch the head, we
I'll
fetch
sign
the
it.
crown. That's it, right?
An audience with the honey paws.
Done. I snatch it from Sylvie after she signed, and I sign.
Enough of the Feywild. Please take it.
What? We don't... Just do
This is
it!
your job! What are the ramifications?
Yeah, sure. I mean, this is the only reason I'm here.
The ramifications are we get the fuck out of here.
Do you want to be Rodic again?
And
Sign
we
it.
kill Varaya, that's it, which we're going to do anyway. Baba Yaga will tell us the rest.
I thought we came here because we couldn't kill Varaya without some help, and we haven't done any of that. We haven't got any help.
She's gonna give us up, sign it!
Okay, all right. Don't fuck me over. I'll sign it.
And you sign it, and immediately it glows with this green, and then turns and poofs into a beautiful butterfly, and flies away. And you see Helia look down at you and says,
It was a pleasure to represent my queen with you, mortals. Be quick, make haste. Titania is waiting. Goodbye.
Bye.
and the trumpets blast as the entire procession turns around and marches out as she flutters in, and all of the guards make way and then completely envelop her, and the procession marches off and leaving the glade pristine and quiet once again.
Well, that was wacky.
That was a nightmare. That was awful.
The worst.
All right.
We could not have handled that more poorly.
This is all right. We're all right. We're in our bodies. Now we can handle what we need to handle, right?
I didn't even feel like Sylvie anymore. I was so hairy and sticky and dumb. Oh, it was the worst.
Do we still have the other afflictions on us? The vanity and all that?
Yes.
I'm so tired.
Yes.
I can only be so horny.
Stop, I can only get so wrecked. Oh, that wasn't even me. I want to hunt something, but now I'm just exhausted. Now all I want to do is hunt an app.
I just want to lay down on the beautiful moss and feel the ants on my skin feeding on my flesh.
Yeah,
Sounds kind of nice.
actually, that sounds really nice.
So here's the thing. We don't appear to be getting any more help from Titania, which is all right. We have our mission. We know that we have to kill Varaya. We know that we temporarily have the ability to withstand whatever horrible eldritch heart is within the chamber, so we just have to get there. So any minute now, Baba Yaga should come by, scoop us up, drop us right off into the chamber, and then we get to kill Varaya and come back here with her head and the crown, and we're good.
So we should just lay down on the moss and take a quick nap.
No,
while we wait for
we're
her to get
meeting.
us.
We need to go meet Titania.
I'm
We
feeling
don't.
really tired. I'm gonna hunt an app. This moss is really plush.
I know.
Getting beaten up by Sylvie was humiliating for me. About probably an average day for you, Vandra.
But you didn't get beaten up. Vandra's got beaten up by
But
me.
my head was getting beaten up. I mean, well, that's what I mean. I was as
Well,
Vandra.
that was because you were thinking all the things I was thinking about
My
the entire
brain.
time she was talking. I was thinking about how fun it would be to chew on rocks for a while.
All right.
We have
So,
told
are
her
you-
about all the stuff going on in Avantris, and we have asked for help now.
No, she doesn't care.
We can ask her in person. Don't we have?
No, we don't have a meeting with her. The honey bear thing has a meeting with her.
Oh, honey
Remember,
paws.
Honey Paws loaned us Dobro if he could have a meeting with Titanium. Not for us to have a meeting, for him.
I assumed if we were going to meet her, they would have taken us.
Supposed to go kill the Red Blooming Crown and get the theme back.
When she left, didn't she say you better hurry? Queen Titania's waiting. Didn't she tell us that?
I think that's to bring her the head.
Yeah, for the head and that thing.
Oh, God.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I need to hibernate. So
Me
just
too.
wait me
No,
up.
you're not hibernating. We're waiting for Baba Yaga to come by and scoop us up. We have to come back the way we came, right?
Oh, God.
That's the only way.
She's not going to come all the way back out here.
No, we have to go back. You're right.
And
Good night.
I'm gonna snuggle up next to Dobro
you
and go
summon
to sleep.
Dobro and fall asleep, and the three of you make
No.
a perception check for me.
No, we can't. We can't fall asleep here. Uh-oh.
Perception, you say?
IRL cursed with sleepiness.
Oh, pretty good actually.
Perception. Let's
20.
take a look.
I'm gonna ride this
25.
the old
25.
fake road. I'm
16.
You make your way. As Sylvie and Dobro pass out, there's a flash of red and orange in the corner of your vision, and you see creeping up the last place you saw him. It's that familiar fox, with the fluffy fur that radiated like the summer sun above, and he looks at you and goes, And it's like a lullaby,
Oh no.
as it makes you all incredibly sleepy. And you all fall asleep. And as you fall asleep, you begin to dream. Rodak.
Oh boy.
You are at the walls of Primedar, your home. There is a massive, insurmountable army of fire giants approaching the walls. You're used to raiding parties. You're used to just the occasional one-off attacks, but this seems organized.
And they're fire giants?
Did I say fire giants?
Yeah.
Frost giants. Apologies. Frost giants. You see an army of frost giants, and you're used to the raiding parties, and you don't. But this is insane. And it's at this point where the troops are mustering, but they know that they're going to die. There's no way. And behind the giants, you see a massive field of frozen ice, as it then begins to crack and break, as dark things from beneath the ice start to rise up and join them. Your city is doomed. But then as you ride Ramby along the walls with your companions behind you, you suddenly ignite into flame.
Wow.
As fire engulfs you, Ramby's fur turns to a blood red, and he ignites too. Your axe is ablaze with the flames of the red sun.
Wow.
And you are a burning inferno as the looming clouds of the blizzard begin to part. And as you blaze, the red sun shines down, and the frost giants are rear back in pain as their flesh singes away and they can't take the light. And the battle's not happened, it is about to approach, but you feel, and all of the dwarves of Frimdar feel hope.
Damn. Okay.
That went much better than I thought it would.
Vandrus, you walk along the streets of Gullhaven. You see as people cheer at you. They cry for Vandrus' true strike. You are a man of the people. You walk up, you shake their hands, you embrace them. They offer to pay you for everything that you've done, and you always say no. You are a true hero, not for hire. And it's at this point that you arrive at the Pelican's Perch. Seamus is there, a full 4-story tavern, rebuilt in its glory, thanks to your patronage, and you manage to get a nice, strong drink and a good meal. You then make your way to the permanent theater that you have established, the patron of where Emiria performs every night, as well as a whole troupe of actors. And you sit in that top VIP section watching, a drink in your hand, adoring fans, and you watch Emiria dance and the entire show singing. And as you sit back, you see as your entire body shifts and shapes into the shadowy void of dark midnight as it stretches out, making your reality happen. And you feel comfort. And thank you for the raid. I know we're a little late. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much.
Lindy.
Thank you, Lindy. It's good to see you.
Your stream was awesome.
Hopefully you're still here. Thank you. We're almost wrapping up here.
you.
This has definitely been a session to destroy a throat, that's for sure.
I can't even, think anymore.
Annulin, you are in the Thorn Wilds. You're in Maka. You see a city that had once been splintered. But through your leadership has been rebuilt. It's not the same. But you've called upon all the refugees, the very few survivors, the children that you managed to save from the blast. And you look around and you see that you've built something, and you've actually opened up Maka to travelers and refugees from all over, not just Karkinos, but Evantris. Through your power, you've made the Thornwilds safe. It's no longer wild and treacherous. You've calmed the wilds and still been at peace and been at one with nature. And as you look upon a new city that has a new purpose, you occasionally see the threats, and as the threats occasionally come, things from beneath the ground, you rise up and glow radiating white light like a bright morning and blast it, sending it shrieking back down to the depths from which it came.
Damn.
As you're surrounded by a new fledgling city, you feel peace. Sylvie.
You immediately don't. And that's what it is.
You will die. You see the night sky, and you see an absolute tapestry of countless stars. It would take a lifetime and more to count all the stars that you see right now. As you look around, and there's nothing below you besides the same night sky and all around you. As you stare up, and finally brilliant light shines down on you, and you see the waxing crescent moon shining down as the blue roses that grow around your head bloom larger and larger and brighter, and they shine, and you see now each and every star. You're not amongst these distant bits of energy. You are of them. You are the star child, and you are the moon child as you rise up to the moon, rising higher and higher and higher. And you see the malevolence, and you feel the malevolence from beyond those stars, that black void beyond them, as they look at you with malevolent hatred and hunger. As you begin to glow with the light of the stars and the light of the waxing moon, or the waxing moon, as the blue glow of the roses blast out and shrivel, and suddenly in your hand you see something from your earlier dream, that three-eyed fish that you had eaten. It's oily and it's got a bit of shell, actually. See, it has a similar tentacle face, but you look and there's no three red eyes. It's just single orange eye. And you bring it to your mouth and you devour it. And as soon as you eat it, you immediately blast with the power of the stars, and you rocket up to the moon. And as you arise, you see the moon, and you are filled with incredible power, and you see, and you are laughing as you look and you smile. And as you see, the surface of this moon is a beautiful mirror that reflects back, and as you smile in, you see the smiling iron teeth of Baba Yaga staring back at you. And you all wake up.
Did anybody else have a nightmare?
No, actually, I was having the most wonderful dream.
You're all comfortable.
I feel like mine was a nightmare.
You hear the crackling fire. You feel the warmth You're in your comfortable beds
Oh,
within Baba Yaga's hut.
she guided us. Look, guys, she guided us.
How did we get here?
She must have picked us up.
And you see, hunched over the fire, boiling not a brew or a potion, but milk. She hands each of you a cup.
Drink up. You have done well, my children.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You have bargained, and so have I. We now have the power we need to destroy the Dawn Mother.
And that is roll on the session.
I gotta know. I gotta know what she bargained for. I gotta know.
No, she's keeping secrets.
Thank you for staying up late.
Oh my god.
Thank you for hanging out with us.
Hell yeah.
We're not done though.
Adventures and chill.
If you want to talk these crazy shenanigans, stick around
Yeah.
for what, Andy?
Adventures and Chill, which is our subscriber-only stream that we do after every single session that we have, and it's to talk about our favorite moments. It's to talk about theories. It's to talk about just kind of anything. So it's a little something extra for the people who support us month in and month out.
Your favorite moments, our favorite
Yeah, we
moments.
talk about a lot of stuff. You know, it's just a little behind the scenes, insider peeks, sneak peek, and a little bit more of an intimate space to spend time.
And
with.
Angelin, please take an inspiration from the DM
Oh, thank you. For what?
for your singing.
Being a butthead.
Thanks.
Got
We're
it.
gonna cut over.
We'll see you in a second.
Thank
We're back.
you.
Tuesday, we're back.
It'll be next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Yeah, next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Yeah, next Tuesday.
Touch me.